Hey, what's good? This is Rodney, and welcome to the MWYD, or Man, What Y'all Doing podcast. The podcast where we tell you about the things that we've watched, we've enjoyed, we've played, we've read, and what we thought of it. Because we just conceited like that. I want to come up with a different intro because I make it sound like we just like we just these cocky folks that like give opinions. Anyway,
I mean, that's what we are.
That's what we are. Okay, I'll roll with that. With me today I have Carnage.
What it do? What it do? It's your boy in the building.
Word.
What it do?
Word. Then we got Genius.
What it don't, because I don't care what you do. I don't know.
But it's man, what y'all doing?
Would be contradictory. And then we got a sack lunch.
What's good, players and playettes? Welcome to a podcast. Hope y'all enjoy. It's your boy, a sack lunch, bringing that PB and J or ham, whatever you desire.
What if I want PB and J and ham?
Ooh. What kind of combination is that?
What's that called? Monte Cristo? There you go.
Monte Cristo.
That's a Monte Cristo, man. Yeah, it is. Legit sandwich, boy. It's without PB. It's not the peanut butter, just the jelly and the ham and cheese.
Oh, that actually sounds very not. You know what I say in my mind? I don't even like peanut butter. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I don't even like peanut butter and jelly. I've never been a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No, I don't have no peanut butter on it. It's good though, man. You know, let's not talk. Let's get good going.
Well, jelly and ham is like, I don't know how that combination. Well, I guess that wouldn't be that bad. Anyway, all right. Anyway, sandwich discussion aside, we got a few things to touch on. I watched a couple of things this week. Particularly, I watched. Well, I won't talk about what I watched just yet. I'll see who's going to go first. But we'll talk about what we watched. But we'll also go into what I mentioned before, which is we'll go into some things that we are anticipating, especially because this is. As we're recording this, E3 is actually going on right now. It just started, but the major conferences haven't started yet because it's Saturday. So Ubisoft, I think, had their conference. I think Microsoft conference is tomorrow, either tomorrow or Monday. It might be Monday, actually. Now, I know that Nintendo's Direct is on Tuesday, and I'll be trying to live stream that. Either live stream or record my reaction to that when it happens. So, yeah, we'll talk about things that we're anticipating or looking forward to as well. And so we're going to talk about what we've been doing, and then we'll talk about what we're looking forward to. So we'll do it in that order. Anyone wants to go first?
Not me. Come on, one now. Hey, rock scissors.
How about it be Genius this time? He went last time.
Paper, rock, scissors.
What? Yeah, I'm down with that. Genius. He went last time. Go first. What have you been up to?
I'm like Eminem on the beat. I always go last. No.
I always wonder about that, if that's intentional. Whenever people record their albums and they know they got a bomb ass feature, you like, Busta gonna be on this track. Put that motherfucker on last.
Yes, because if you let him go first, he's not your track anymore. You might as well be featured on your own song. I mean,
but I think about, man, if you got Busta on your track though, right? But if you got Busta on your track, it don't matter where he at. You can put Busta in the middle. It's his track now. Congratulations, it's over. It's his track now.
I mean,
you don't own it
but
anymore.
the way you do it is
first came out first.
Exactly.
True.
So you had to hear the person that was actually making the song first. Then you heard Busta, so you was anticipating Busta, but he made you listen to his whack verse or whatever verse it is, and then that's it. I mean, you know. It's a good strategic move, so you can get your shine on for a brief moment.
No, you're right. You're right. I always wonder how that works out in the studios though. They decide who's gonna go first and who's gonna go last. Even if you don't have somebody level like a Busta or like a Eminem or something like that, somebody that's like amongst a crew. Like, does everybody acknowledge all right, this person that's the dopest rhyme, and then they go last. So this person got the sickest verse, they go last or whatever. So it's interesting. I always assume that's how it went, but it's just kind of interesting to have that conversation, especially if you don't have somebody that's the level of a top oh shit, this person gonna rock that track in the studio, which is okay, who do you?
Yeah, there's really few people that I would like to actually be on anything. Jadakiss, Busta Rhymes, Eminem. Ludacris goes stupid too when you put him on a track.
I'm gonna throw Black Thought name in there because Black Thought. Nobody wants to say trap with Black Thought. Everybody yo, Black Thought. Don't put me next to him. Put him last.
See, it's people like that you have to put last because you don't Twista.
Twister's
things
another.
That.
God, yeah.
You put Twista on a track, he's gonna twist your track up.
Bro, there's
why the track backwards now? Why the beat play the reverse. Twister.
Man, for real, like for real. You put him on anything, it's his track now.
Yo, B start playing backwards and shit. You be like, hold on, I thought this
kills remixes and features.
Yeah, he does.
Always.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of people that just a few big heavy hitters that you just don't really want. You see, some people you just get for a hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just to have a name on it.
Definitely the Nate Dogs, RP. Definitely the Nate Dogs.
And then there's people you just put on the back side of the track. And then on top of that, on your CD, you want it to be your last track on the CD. You don't want it to be the first track because then they don't want it.
Well, I don't know. But if it's the first track and then somebody, you're right. Because they ain't going to spit. No, that's a high bar to set. You can't have
the track.
Right, exactly. You can't have your first track be like featuring Redman because the rest of the CD, I'm like, it's not going to be the red. It's not going to be the guy said CD. That's how old I am. Here we go.
I mean, that's what they are. But yeah,
you hear track number 14 with 21 Savage. He came hard. That shit got 14 tracks.
Right. I thought it had two. Intro and then the first track featuring Jadakiss. That was it. I didn't hear nothing else.
That's pretty much it.
Oh man,
I thought it was an EP.
I thought it had 3 tracks: intro, that track, and the outro. I only heard the outro because it's a funny sketch.
Video and everything.
Right. They got a video, right. Skip all the sing. Like, look, that track ain't even a single. It's not even a single, and yet that's the track everybody hear. That's how you know it's a fire track. It's not even a single. That's the one track everybody recall. It's like, yo, remember that track they had on there with Eminem? Yeah, that's all I heard, dog. Like, you ain't hear the single, though? That album had singles?
That'd be the first thing that they say. Be like, man, you heard Eminem's new song? Like, what? Wasn't that such and such song? Oh, he was on there? He was the first verse.
They be interviewing the artists that made the album and be like, yeah, man, Eminem had this new song come out. You hear it? And they start talking to you like, motherfucker, that's my song. It's on my album. Yeah, I heard it. It's not Eminem's song. It's my song.
It's like,
my bad.
I apologize.
Shoot.
I mean, your verse was. I mean, it was cool.
It was cool.
Hey, the beat was nice.
It was. It's fire, man. It's fire. Yeah. The M track.
Let me get honest. You know what? I ain't even going front. You heard everything I said. You was trash, though.
And you be like, you sure you just don't want to make that their track, man? I mean, and just say you was featured on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right. Just take it off your album, put it on his or something.
Like, just
like,
get him that.
Made a gift where dude throw up the deuce and he just disappears. Yeah.
Oh man, we got off on a tangent.
We sure did. Yeah. Genius, go first. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's you.
Genius.
Oh man.
As far as watching, I checked out the first episode of Loki.
Nice. Yeah, we can talk about that.
It got real quiet.
Yeah, I was like, oh. I didn't be like, right now, we can talk about that. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off and say, I was like, we can talk about that, but yeah.
No, it's cool, because I do want to talk about that, because I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet. Like, the first episode really didn't make or break anything for me, so now I'm just kind of waiting for the second episode to kind of see what's going on. The fact that they're introducing the female Loki as the villain is interesting. But,
is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't unless like because I know they showed the teaser at the not at the end but at the end of the episode. It was like a special teaser. It was like just the end of the episode. They showed somebody in the hood. I didn't know it was a female Loki.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be the female Loki.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
I don't know with these Marvel shows and movies. Like, I don't like the way they write their villains. So I'm kind of holding my judgment though.
Yeah, I think honestly, like the first villain that like actually compelled me was the Flag Smashers in Captain America or Captain Falcon.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Falcon and thank you. Falcon and Winter Soldier. I called this motherfucker. I knew at some point I was gonna call him Captain Falcon.
You're like, the mother. Show me your moves.
Right, show me your moves. Hey, come on. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, like the Flag Smashers, I thought were actually very compelling. It's like one of the few like Marvel villains I like felt like were like, oh, okay, this is a villain that like was multifaceted and made sense, and like I could understand the motivations. They weren't straight. It was the first villain like that really wasn't like straight up. Not first, I won't say first. Like one of the few villains that were like really gray, if that makes sense. A lot of times their villains are really, and not say I even mind their villains being hammed up, because I like hammed up villains too. I think that's perfectly fine. But it was the first villain that like felt like gray and actually had like a build up, rather than just being like, haha, I'm here, I'm the bad guy. So I don't know, that's just me.
I had never seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. If you ever get a chance to watch it, I highly recommend that. That should be good for 6 episodes. But yeah, no, I feel you on that fear, like the villain, like what they're gonna be like, and how they handle it.
Yeah. Have I really watched anything else? No, I got a bunch of stuff I wrote down that I want to start watching actually.
Okay.
I heard about
And you can do like what you want to watch too. Yeah, we can do that. I want to try and introduce more like stuff that we can do, and like instead of being really like, what did you watch? Did you watch it? You can't talk about it. That's not. It's like if it's stuff you want to watch, you're interested in, feel free to talk about it. That's cool.
Yeah, because I still want to get to those Rage of Bahamut, the different series that
I gotta
name of
check
that thing.
Yeah,
I was looking for it and I could not remember the
Rage
name.
of Bahamut.
Yeah, I got it. I think I have even my queue. I just got a Crunchyroll account to watch it, so I'm gonna check it out. Oh no, it's on what's the name? It's on Prime. Never mind, I lied. I did get
Prime because I didn't see it.
Virgin Soul is on Prime for sure. That's
Virgin Soul's on Prime. That's what I was gonna.
What is it called though? I'm gonna write that shit down.
The one that I'm interested in is Rage of Bahamut, Virgin Soul. And that's the one with the female lead character that, like, yeah.
Gotta watch that first one though.
I want to check that one out too, but I'm watch Virgin Soul first because it's what I'm interested in.
Oh no, you need a background history though. You need the background stuff.
No, I'm good. We'll get there.
Oh.
Let me watch the way I want to watch it. It's cool.
Oh.
I'll get there eventually.
So outside of that, some of my other boys put me up on a show called Hellstrom. That's on Hulu. They said that was really good.
Hellstrom.
Okay.
Yeah, other than that, I've been trying to catch up on Handmaid's Tale because that is just a twisted ass show.
Handmaid's Tale, yeah.
Yeah, then
what is that show actually? I'm sorry. What is that show actually about? Because I've heard people like watching it and everything. Like, it doesn't sound like it's my kind of deal, but
probably not, because it's basically it's not like a purge. It's
post-apocalyptic. It's like that there's a disease or something that happened that spread that caused infertility in people in general.
Wait,
mostly women.
It's post-apocalyptic? I thought it was like a medieval times thing.
No. It's actually modern day. So what happened was it's modern day, but there were these men who were basically, high class and kind of, high on the food chain as far as society goes. And they basically broke down all the government and all the rules and made everything based on religion. They did it in such a twisted way where, a lot of the men still have the power, but the women don't really. So they're down to being nothing but like handmaids and what they call Marthas. And Marthas are the ones that, just kind of cook, clean, keep the house. They're like maids basically.
Pretty much. Yeah, like you say, like they're maids, but they're also breeding stock. And that's what women have been pretty much brought down. Unless the women were of high caliber class, was married to the actual guys, then they're either Martha's handmaids or they got sent to some camp to clean up and stuff. Where pretty much if they resist or if they're incapable of having children, then they're pretty much not as needed. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of those girls get sent to because they had like it's based in the United States for the most part.
Oh wow!
And the reason why I call it post-apocalyptic is only because there was a pandemic that happened. You know what I'm saying? It caused birth rates to drop, and it allowed those guys that Dre was talking about to take advantage of that because they have the money and the power, and so they're like, hey, since we're up here, we get to breed. No other guys really get to breed. We get to have children, and our wives can't have children. None of their wives can have kids.
Okay.
It's always the handmaids that have to do it.
Ah, I see.
But they take the children away and raise them as their own when the
yes.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And so the kids can't know the handmaids are stuff like that.
Okay.
And so
that's wild. Yeah. I didn't. I must say, wow. I didn't realize. I thought it was some old school medieval tale about handmaid or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that looks old school is the way the handmaids are dressed. Because like Dre said, the religion aspect. They try to play that, as the big thing, but it's mostly like a control mechanism.
Gotcha.
Because those guys really they don't really follow it as much because they have like brothels and things like that. They can go and sleep with other women and things like that. The big ones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but they keep them in a traditional setup to where Martha's do work around the house. Handmaids do work like Martha's kind of. You know what I'm saying? Except Martha's more like the top maid, like butler of the household. Like they're the most respected in the house. Gotcha. Where handmaids are like the lower end maids. Like they still go out and shop and clean up and things like that. But when it comes down to what's called what's the process called? Not the clarification. What's that? When they actually lay up with them and the wives have to be in there.
Whoa!
They do call it a ceremony.
Yeah, a ceremony. Yeah, it's like a ceremony they have once a month when the handmaids are fertile, and that's when the guys try to lay up and have children. The wives have to be in there. You're saying so it doesn't look like it's cheating or something like that.
Wow.
The wives have to be in the room while it's happening. Like it's wild, man.
It's weird. It's super weird.
Yeah, I'm okay. Interesting. All right. I may or may not get it a little, but I misunderstood what that series was about completely. Okay, this is why you don't.
Yeah, because from like previews and trailers, you can't tell what that show's about.
That's why I saw previews. I'm like, this is like okay. I'm like old school.
You think it's like in a 1500s, 1600s?
Yeah, I'm like, this is like some King Arthur area. Like this is because of the name. Like, it's like some King Arthur area. Like
those guys misogyny. I'm good. They're the only ones
that. You want to relive some old King Arthur misogyny? No, I'm good. No, not really. I'm all right. But not at all. Okay, that's actually more interesting, more compelling. Because when you told me you watched, I'm like, oh, he watching it? Well, it's got to be something I'm missing. All right, let me just see what's up.
It's definitely a twisted show, and kind of the drama of the show actually keeps me into it. Okay, because it's different. It's not like reality TV show ignorant drama where it's like, oh my gosh, he smacked this bitch. No.
Oh my gosh, he smacked it.
Like the way these people are getting treated, I'm over here like, shoot that bitch, like do it.
Kill that motherfucker.
Why? I don't know why, but you just made me think about having JR commentate dramas, and I'm just like, I'm done, dog. King, I can't believe it, King. Wow, this is sick. This is just sick. Well, she ain't do nothing wrong, King. She didn't do nothing wrong.
She's standing up. What's she doing? She's got the steel chair.
She hit it with the insecurity kick. The insecurity. Yeah, that damn insecurity kick.
But outside of watching, as far as the gaming goes, I mean, dabble in Destiny. Still play my Honkai Impact. That game is still dope. And then this new PSO2 is Zephyr.
Zephyr. Here he goes.
Yeah, just talk about that.
Amazing, just amazing everything. Killing it right now.
Talking about that.
Yeah, he got my ass hooked on the shit. So there you go. Spoiler alert. It's like spoiler alert. I was playing that too.
Earlier.
I've been going crazy on that damn game ever since I got on it. Yeah. I agree with everything he says.
Yeah.
Everything he says. Yeah. The
you
game is freaking amazing. Yeah, I played. I started it yesterday. Like I was doing it yesterday. But one thing that I'm not liking about my damn computer is that apparently whatever they changed, my computer's like, yeah, we're having a hard time here. It's kind of like glitchy and jumpy a little bit, almost like I'm lagging, but I'm not. It's weird. So
it was a big graphics overhaul, but at the same time, there has been like some weird connection issues here and there. So I think that's something they're still struggling with. But yeah, this game got the craziest overhaul I've ever seen.
A free update. Free expansion, technically. Basically a free expansion. That's what they gave us. A free expansion.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it is crazy.
You start from level 1 again, and they got like the classes, all the classes that was in the old one, like in PSO2, all of them aren't there anymore. At least I don't think right now. I got 6, and they had like what 8 or 10 in PSO. Yeah. But they revamped the whole entire game pretty much. Just like a brand new story, brand new game. Yeah, it's freaking dope.
See, man, I'm about to give it a shot. I'm afraid to though. I got so much more to play.
Animations have been overhauled. So it's crazy because we was talking about this, Adrian, where you have your main class and your subclass, but now with the subclass, as long as you have it equipped, you can use the weapons of that class as long as they're set as your subclass.
Okay.
Nice.
I see.
Nice.
So that's actually really cool. And then, did you get to unlock double weapons yet?
I have not. I haven't really dabbled in it. Like last night when I finally got on to play, when you went to the gym or whatever, I was kind of getting off because I was doing something else. But
it's one of the tutorials. It's early in the game anyway, so I'm gonna just say it. It's one of the enhancement techniques now. So you enhance your weapon for it to become stronger and get like different stats on it and everything. But now you can combine 2 weapons into one, so that when you're fighting, if you're attacking with daggers, you can use the skills from a double saber. Like you just switch back and forth based on what skill you're using between the weapons.
Oh wow!
And it's nuts. Like I was like, "What?"
Don't make me get on right now while we in this podcast.
I am.
Hold off a little bit.
Hey, Nick. Hey.
He said, "I am in it."
Oh, well, there you go. Never mind.
You're not playing right now. I was like,
oh man.
That's
on
dope.
my other screen right now.
Oh my goodness.
That's dope.
I should be playing something. That's all good. I gotta
Yeah, that's pretty much
officiate.
it for me, man. I ain't been really doing too much lately.
Word.
Dealing with life.
No, I hear you on that.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I guess I'll go. I'll take next. I watched a couple of things, and I played a couple of things. The main thing that I watched, the biggest one, was I finally sat down and watched Raya and the Last Dragon. That was pretty awesome, actually. I enjoyed it. The only issues I have with it is it does have Disney syndrome as far as the dialogue and a couple of the characters, and by that I mean it's very obvious where they're going with a couple of characters. I do not like Disney's mascot ideas with their characters because they all, ever since like, I want to say since like even before Mulan, but like it's the same. Their mascot characters always act the same, and so the dragon in this one, I think her name's pronounced Shui Shui or Sui Sui. She's funny. But it's very like they tie too much modern lingo into their dialogue, and it feels really awkward when you watch these characters that are clearly not in that time frame, cracking jokes about stuff that feels, even if they don't make the pop culture reference, they talk in that tone. And there's different ways you can handle that, and it pulls me out of whatever I'm watching. I'm not saying the characters gotta be serious. That's not what I'm saying at all. I love comedy, but it's like there's certain ways to like write the dialogue and make them sound. It's just not like they definitely are talking like they're just like they're watching the movie with you, and it's like, and it's always the freaking like animal sidekick. Even though this character, like, she's also presented as a human at times too. Very much like the mannerism and stuff. It's very funny. It's very cool. I mean, very funny and very animated, obviously, but at the same time, there's that tinge of like, what's up and all. I'm like, like, all right,
just don't fit the times.
Yeah, it don't fit the time or the tone. I guess it doesn't bother me. It didn't detract from the movie that much. It's one of those things. Like, as soon as I see a Disney movie or Disney project and they show the first trailer, I'm like, that's the character, huh? All right, I see it. And it's like, all right, and then you watch the movie like, maybe I'll be wrong, and then you watch like the first scene with them, and it's like, nope, it's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. So yeah. But overall, it was really good. And actually, talked to Jay about this not too long ago, and I told him I watched it. But like, I really like what they did as far as like the quote unquote villain of the movie, because they actually swerved me on this. I thought the villain was like looking very obvious from the very beginning. And they did something very different that they don't often do, which I was very glad that they did. Which
Curveball.
Which, I mean, because like normally, Disney and their villains are usually like super obvious. They're like, oh, yeah, that's the bad guy.
Pretty much.
Oh, that's the bad guy, and they're the unredeemable bad guy, and that's just who it is, and that's what it's gonna be. No, not so with this movie. They present a couple of characters, quite a few characters that look as if they are the quote unquote villains of the movie, that don't have any kind of redemption coming or anything like that, and then you get to the end of the movie, you kind of realize that, which, I mean, it's kind of a spoiler. There is a bad guy in the movie, but it's not any of the characters that you would think would be bad guys. And it presents the characters that seem like they would be more presented as a villain, as more of like they're trying to preserve what they feel is right. Which, again, going back to what I was talking about earlier, I don't know if I was put on the podcast or not, it'll be on there anyway. But I like when stories do that, when they show like, hey, listen, these people have their way of trying to do things, and it may not be, it may seem sinister, but they're doing it from their perspective to protect themselves. And so it's like it's not always right, and sometimes get those comeuppance. But I'm just glad that they actually portrayed that for once, because it's something that Disney is like not prone to do. It's usually like, that right there, that guy's an asshole and he has to die. It's like, and then he leans into it like, I am the asshole and I must die. If I don't die, you will die. And it's like, okay,
I must die.
Also, there was no musical number, which really, I was so happy. Like, I'm like, thank God. Like, can we get some more Disney movies without musical numbers? Not that I'm against musical numbers. It's just annoying from just me personally. I don't like it. Like, musical numbers take me out of the movie. Like, if it's necessary, like if it's made to be a musical, it's one thing. But like, when it doesn't sound like it's set up that way, and then all of a sudden they're like, I found a quarter on the ground. He found a quarter. And then people come out the house and shit. He found a quarter. I'm like, all right, man, here we go. They gotta get the music in there so they can sell the CDs and sell the soundtrack. All right.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not every movie that's animated needs these soundtracks, but Disney feels the need to put them in there. But this one didn't have it, and I think it was way better for it personally. I'm like, cool. There's definitely a lot of good music in the movie, obviously, but it's just they don't have to like jump out everybody dancing and singing number, and I'm like, cool, I don't need that. Doesn't need that at all. But it was really good, really solid.
Interesting.
The one thing that will instantly come out as a comparison, it already has come out as a comparison many times, but it's been talked about, is the comparison to Avatar: The Last Airbender, and how the nations all broke up and then the one nation came and attacked everybody, that kind of deal or whatever. And there's a comparison to be made there, but I think people misunderstand genre, and people have been confused, like not confused. They've been compounding genre, tropes, and cliches into one being that makes, and to kind of say like this thing is bad. And I think it's unfortunate because there's definitely this one nation that got broke up into multiple nations over war. That happens in a lot of things. That happens in real life all the time. It's not something that's exclusive to Airbender. Airbender didn't invent that. And so a movie that's of an Asian influence that follows it shouldn't be like directly compared to that. But they have said themselves, as the creators, they were like, we were inspired by Avatar: The Last Airbender, so that's perfectly fine too. It's just I hate that became kind of a narrative too. Like, oh, this is just like Airbender. It's just like it's a negative. I'm like, that shouldn't be a negative, and that's not a thing that's like should be held against it. Anyway, that's my own personal chew toy. I liked it though. I ended up enjoying it quite a bit. I mentioned on Twitter, and I'll say it again, I am a huge softie. It's why I don't like to watch depressing stuff or downward stuff, because even when stuff is like genuinely happy or like it has a sappy moment, I cry. So I teared up at the end as usual. Not afraid to talk about that. I tear up in most things that I watch that have like the touching moment. If it's a touching moment, I'm probably going to tear up. If it's a sad moment, I'm probably going to boohoo. I cried at the end of Avengers Endgame, so shut up, leave me alone. Yeah, no, I liked it. It actually was very entertaining for how long it was. Dog, boy, bruh, you can ask Brandon. We was in there watching that, Doug, and like I audibly like hiccup cried when he said on your left and everybody caught the portals. I was like, oh my god. I was like, okay, this is too much. I gotta calm down. I was like, yo, wait a minute. I'm like, why am I this emotional about this? I don't know why I am, but it really just hit me. I'm like, yo, they're all there. I'm like, oh, that hit me. That hit me so good. And people like, oh, why are you getting so excited about Marvel movies and other? Shut up. Just shut up. I got excited about it because I enjoy the characters, and I've been following for 10 years. Shut up. Yeah, shut up. No, because you get that a lot of the time, and people, I don't want to go this rant too much, but like you get a lot of people that like look down on like superhero cape movies, Marvel movies. And I'm not saying they're like paragons of cinema or anything like that. I'm not saying they're the best cinema out there and all that kind of stuff, but really these stuck up opinions of like these kind of stories are just not real movies, or they're not anything emotional, or why do you care so much about them? And I'm like, dude,
they're just fun to watch. They're
fun to watch. There are stories that are being told within them. I'm not saying Marvel's the paragon of this, because Marvel has issues too. But yeah, and especially something you've been following for like 10, 12 years, and you've been seeing the storyline, like you get this culmination of like all the characters you basically just watched die in the last movie coming back. Yeah, it was an emotional beat. Like, and I like a lot of the movies, so fuck off. Anyway, sorry, that's another personal chew toy I had to get out there. See, I watched Raya. That was fun. I watched another episode or two. Or I watched another episode, just one of Kipo. I gotta watch Kipo. I gotta watch way more of it, because every time I watch an episode, I'm like, that is really good. And then I like, all right, I don't watch another one for like another 2 weeks. I'm like, I gotta watch another episode. But that's been getting better and better. I'm at the part. I mean, I'm still on season 1. I just got to the part now where she like finally showed like her first power, and like her eyes changed, and she could like see in the dark at night. And I'm like, oh. Also, I gotta go check the credits, but I'm pretty sure that wolf that was rapping was Jizza. I'm 100%. Like, I know voices, and I heard that astronomy and Deuteronomy came through. I'm like, that's Jizza's voice, dog. I can tell. Like, I know there's got to be him. I might be wrong. I didn't check the credits, but I got to check and make sure. I'm almost positive it's him. So yeah, that was pretty much what I watched. What I read more of I read Shonen Jump every week. So whenever that gets published, I read that. Still following Black Clover. That's making progress finally. But I mean, still the same. They're in the middle of a battle. It's gonna take forever. I'm still following One Piece. They've been in Wano country for like the longest time, and I'm kind of getting irritated by it. They have like these long arcs. I'm like, dude, y'all been here for like.
Man, that's a long ass damn series. I would never be able to watch it. I probably would never be able to get into it.
No, it's like
too far.
If you jump in like a certain part, like yeah, for sure. Because I didn't follow from the beginning. I started at the beginning and then like missed it for like a few. Man, it feels weird to say I missed it for a few years, but yeah, I missed it for a few years, and I jumped back in around the time that the this is Doflamingo or whatever his name was.
Doflamingo.
Doflamingo. Yeah, was it Doflamingo? Is that his name?
Yeah, Doflamingo.
Yeah.
Isn't it the dude from Punch Out? That don't sound right. I'm thinking like something else. That don't sound. I gotta look.
No, what is this?
It's Doflamingo, but
D-O-M. This is like D-O-M.
It's not. It's just Doe.
That's what I thought. Doflamingo.
I said I call him Doflamingo. It's Doflamingo.
Okay, Doflamingo, yeah, don't do that to me. Yeah. I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on.
It's Doflamingo, but Doflamingo sounds better.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
like
Don Quixote, Doflamingo. Yeah, okay. I'm like, hold up, that can't be right, dude. I'm like, his name is not Don Flamingo. Like,
Right.
Like, ole. Carmen mi amore. No.
DJ.
Right. No, but yeah, I jumped in around that time, and I've been following it mostly since then. Like, I followed the whole Big Mom arc, and then I took a little break after that. Then came back for where they're now. So I've been catching up, and I've been reading it since then. But like I said, my problem with One Piece, aside from the fact that it's so long and it's like it seems like still not even near the end, is just that the panels can be really hard to read for me personally. I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes I'm like, where am I supposed to go with these panels? Like, it's really. On the bright side, I mean, on one side, it's very exciting to read, but at the same time, it's like it gets really hard to like follow the action sometimes, what the author really wants you to see and like the battle's supposed to look like. But that's me personally. But I do like it.
Anime, actually, people said anime is better right now.
Oh yeah,
because they're showing fights better, and then they're also showing the side fights that people want to see.
Right,
you know
right. Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
Robin and them, and a little bit more choppers, stuff like that.
I might jump back in on the anime.
Yeah.
I might jump back into the anime. The only problem is just that, with it being such a big series, man, it's so hard to like. But yes, I've been reading that. I am also reading Eden Zero. That's been pretty good. Which Eden Zero is not a follow. It's an alternate. It's another comic by the writer illustrator of Fairy Tail. And it's very obvious because all the characters share same designs. Like literally, some characters, some characters just transfer right over. Like, what's her name? How do I not? She's my favorite character in Fairy Tail, and I can't remember her damn name. The redhead.
Failure.
Eliza or Elisa.
Urza is literally in. Yeah, Urza's in Fairy Tail. She's one of the main characters, and she's literally a pirate character in Eden Zero.
Lucy's another like template he always uses.
And that's
what's the first series he did?
Rave.
Rave, yeah.
And Lucy is literally or very close to the main female character in Eden, which is Rebecca. Except Rebecca seems to be more active, and she has like this time controlling ability, which is pretty cool. Or not time controlling, like time. She can reverse time for like a certain amount of time, like a few seconds or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Eden Zero is very interesting. For anybody that's frustrated, that was frustrated with Fairy Tail, not killing characters, Eden Zero, like, no, we're back to rave levels. Characters are dying, and it's like you never know. It's very scary. So there's a character right now that I won't spoil anything. There's a character right now that got captured. That I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping this character doesn't die, but I have this feeling like that character is probably gonna die.
It's coming
because of who they're dealing with. Yeah, like because of who they were captured by. They're dealing with a villain right now that is a complete deranged lunatic that's been killing side characters all day anyway. He has like a harem of girls that he's got this gravity power that's like insane, which matches the main character's gravity powers, if not stronger. But unlike the main character, who's like this really nice guy who wants to befriend everybody, this bad guy is just like, oh, you kind of annoyed me just now. I'm gonna slam you to the ceiling at max gravity power and just you don't get to see the actual blood splatter. You just see everybody's horrified reactions and like see his like smile as the character like screams at bloody murder. It's like, wow, he's just indiscriminately killing. So it's been Eden Zero is pretty dark compared to what Fairy Tail was like. But then I'm also reading Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, and that's been pretty solid. It still is, if you don't like Fairy Tail and you have the issue of like characters not dying being a thing, and a lot of power friendship stuff, which I don't have a problem with because it's just the genre at this point. But I've always liked Fairy Tail anyway. Fairy Tail is kind of my happy drink. So like I need a little bit of uplift. Sometimes I'll go read Fairy Tail, even though sometimes Fairy Tail can have some dark moments too, but it's not nearly as much as most other stories. But yeah, no, it's still good. But it's still exactly what you would thought from the original Fairy Tail run. But it's solid. It's actually interesting too to bring more lore in the dragons. So that's something I recommend getting a catch up on. I'm not sure the best place to read it at. I've been catching it here and there on particular sites that I won't go into. But I also buy the volumes when they come out. So there's that. Trying to think of what else. I think that's about it as far as what I've been reading and watching. As far as playing, I've been playing Street Fighter still.
Good old fashioned Street Fighter.
Good old Street Fighter. I've had an epiphany on like my place after like 5 years of playing Street Fighter 5. I think I finally understand myself, and I'm like, oh, this is what I should have been doing. I was playing against my homies in the lobby the other day. We have a lobby we do every Friday. I think I'm gonna start streaming it. I said it last time, but I still didn't do it. Matter of fact, I remember looking at the exact same thumbnail saying that shit. Anyway, but yeah, and I like streaked real hard in that lobby. I'm like, oh shit, this is who I should be playing. So I'm not gonna say who it is or anything. I'm just gonna do it because every time I say who it is, I turn around and don't play that character, and then everybody clowns me for it. So,
I want to hear what this character is.
All right, fine, it's Jury.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah, like
I figured.
I want to go super long too, but basically what it came down to was like, you know what, I've been spending all this time trying to find like this great zoner that can zone everybody out, and I thought Rose would be the one because that's what Rose's gameplay has been for me. Especially in 4, I look back at my old footage. The way I played Rose in 4 was like a very like runaway game. Just throw fireballs, dash away, dash in, dash out. Just very hyper movement, just like trying to keep out, and like that's what I've been wanting for a game fighting here for a long time. And I was hoping I get that in 5, but there really isn't somebody that plays that style to that level in 5. The closest you will get is probably Monat, but Monat is extremely complicated.
I can see
not
Monat.
my style.
Yeah, Monat has a lot of
Yeah, the other zoners.
She's very high maintenance.
Yeah, super high maintenance, and like the other zoners that had the position to do that. Guy's a charge character, so he automatically just is disqualified from that.
Nope.
He got a charge. Chun, same kind of deal. Chun is really good. Like Chun's close to what I wanted, and that's why I had fun playing her. But at the same time, charge characters, I can't really throw fireballs as freely as I want to, and her fireball's not even all that. Falk is just too slow for that kind of play style. Sagat is even slower. Sagat's definitely a fireball character, and they made him much stronger in this current version. But Sagat doesn't have a mobility.
Yeah, because I've been seeing some pretty good Sagat play, man.
Oh yeah, no, Sagat's insane, especially after the buffs in season 5. Oh, Sagat is like legit a wall. Like if you playing a good Sagat, you will never feel safe to get in, and he's a tiger. Yeah. He's like Street Fighter 2
Tiger,
maybe.
Fireball, Tiger,
Tiger,
Sagat's play style.
High
low, Tiger knee when you get real close.
Yep, or he do EX Tiger. No, he'll Tiger knee you. He'll Tiger knee you to get in. Well, because he does Tiger knee to get in, and then like put you in a mix up. He'll Tiger knee, especially EX in the right space. No, he's plus, and then you're like, okay, now what? And if you get hit by EX Tiger knee, it's corner carry. And you're like, all right, now what?
Yeah.
So yeah, and he does mad damage. Do not get hit by Sagat. It's painful.
Yeah, he's strong, man.
Yeah, he wasn't before either. Yeah, he's good. Like the only my main thing is he doesn't have the mobility I like. He's a tank.
Yeah, he's very stagnant.
Very stagnant, and I'm like, that's not I want a mobile zoner. That's what I really wanted. I can't play. I just can't play.
Give him some kind of negative part of him.
You can make a mobile zone and make them work. It's just
because fireballs come out, chunk of fireballs on there.
Well, I mean, for the guy, I mean, him not being mobile, so that makes sense. That's just how they've made.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
But like, you can like Rose is like always a mobile zoner. She could not say, and I already I've been complaining about Rose being bad. And she's not. It's just that I think I realize now that Rose is not bad at all. She does have deficiencies, but they're not what I think they are. And it's just that the play style that works for me in this game.
I don't think it don't fit the play style.
Yeah, it doesn't fit my play style. Yeah, and I'm like, it makes me sad because I love Rose so much, but I'm like, I just can't. I'm not gonna put myself through that energy right now in the last season. So I'm gonna try Oro out when he comes out, and I'm gonna definitely try.
Oh man, I'm waiting for that, boy.
Yeah, I'm trying Oro. I'm trying Oro and Akira
to keep his arm in a sling type.
Yes. And the thing that's funny is like. So the thing that's funny is he keeps his arm in sling because if he had both arms, he'd be too powerful, right? And so when it's off the
in the story.
Yeah, well, in this game, to keep that up, rather than put his arm in keep his arm hidden or tied behind his back, he has a turtle. So like, he fights the entire fight with a turtle in his left hand, I think.
This guy needs his holding a turtle.
Yeah, and like when he does like certain kicks, like he'll throw the turtle in the air and like then he'll catch it and like he's got so many cool little flourish animations. It's so dope.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
It's really dope like how they handled it. I really like his design.
I want to see like new skin, all skins and start getting dope skins.
They already gave him the turtle hermit.
I've been waiting for like.
Man,
he ain't been in the game since Street Fighter 3.
Yeah, he ain't been in Street Fighter 3, but like, yeah.
I knew this would come, but I was like, they don't wait till last season.
Yep, right. That's how I felt about Rose. That's why I feel so bad about not playing her because I waited for Rose. I thought Rose was gonna get announced in season 2. Oh, I'm sorry, season 3.
Well, which was in 4. Or I was like,
that's true. That's true. But you got to keep in mind too, 4 was 12 years ago. But yeah, for Oro, Oro hasn't been in the game since the 90s. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he hasn't been since Street Fighter 3. He's been out of commission for a long ass time.
And people have been begging for him, so I'm glad to see him in it. And he looks good. I'm hoping we get some news on him because Capcom has a conference I think on Tuesday, so hopefully he'll be there.
I guess if you going by the lore is supposed to be, I guess he wouldn't have shown up because Street Fighter 4 was kind of like. Was it after 3?
No.
Exactly after 3, or was it before 3?
It's before 3.
After 3.
No. Street Fighter 4 is before 3. Everything that's been taking place is all before 3. 3 is the end of the series.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I thought. That's what I thought. 3 was the end of everything.
And now they teasing that they're gonna go backwards with the Rose story because they're like she got to send a message to her past self back in the Alpha series. And I'm like, please don't. Everybody's like really excited, like, yo, we might be going back to the past. We might be going getting a reboot of the Alpha. I'm like, can we not? Can we just count past 3? What is with Capcom been counting past certain numbers? Can we just get to a story beyond 3? Like, I don't want to go back and redo Street Fighter 2 a fucking again. Sorry, this is another one of my two toys. I don't want to. I just don't. I'm like, I don't want to see. I don't want to have Bison back. I don't want to reiterate the Street Fighter 2 cast. I love some of them. I love Cammy. I love Chun-Li. And if you got to go with like the main cast, like for me, main cast is like Ryu, Ken, Chun, Cammy, and probably Geef. Like those are like mainstays that probably need to be in the game. Other than that, have a ball. I mean, I guess I'll say Jury now too, because Jury is very stable and like she's really popular. But like maybe take them, but please don't put the entire 8 World Warriors back in again. Just give me some more new characters. I don't even want that many repeat characters.
I don't want to see Blanca again.
I'm still mad Blanca got back in the game. I'm like, damn it, this character, dog.
Yeah, I don't want Blanca. I'm like, put Blanca in here.
I'm happy with people that get the character. I'm very happy.
Why y'all don't like Blanca? What's wrong with Blanca?
He's an obnoxious character.
Put someone else in this place. Yeah, like
he's such a. You could have brought back. You could have brought Necro or like whatever. I don't mind Dawson coming back because he's a very interesting character design. They made him different.
He's a straight OG.
But yeah, but that being said, I don't like honestly. I want them to go like the route of another, not necessarily Third Strike heavy like redoing stuff, but like an Alpha like back in the Alpha games, they didn't bring back the whole cast. They brought back like Ken, Ryu, Chun. In Alpha, like by Alpha 2, like wait, Ken, Ryu, Chun, shit, who else came back? Dawson was there. Like they brought like 5 or 6 characters, like right. But they even like Gal wasn't there. It was Charlie. You know, they introduced Sakura. They introduced. They brought Birdie into the game. They brought Sodom into the game. Like I want to see them. They brought Guy in. Yeah, Rolento. I want to see them do that with the next game. I really don't want to have a retelling of Street Fighter 2 again or Street Fighter Alpha again. Like just go a different direction. Please, can we get past let's just go to Street Fighter 6 and just go past 3. Like you don't have to make Ryu super old or anything, but you can just like go to beat it route.
Go past 3 though.
Yeah, it's about the time. Like everybody's rebooting the storylines. Like other games, I can see why they're rebooting the storylines. Soul Calibur needed a reboot because Soul Calibur 5 story just kind of the characters that came out of it were not that great. So I can see why Soul Calibur would reboot their game. Samurai Showdown had too much weirdness, I guess you could say, to catch people up on. So them rehashing their first storyline, I get. But like, look at Tekken. Tekken is going beyond the storyline now. Heihachi better stay dead. It's dead now, supposedly. You know, like they're moving on from that, right? Like they're going forward and they're like, all right, Jin's gonna be the next, like he's redeeming himself now. This is the Jin redemption arc coming up in Tekken 8 if it happens. You know, like they're moving forward. Like I want Street Fighter to move forward. Huh?
So we'll get a Tekken Tag 3 first.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and I wouldn't mind that per se. It depends on how they do it. I don't know if I'm gonna play it or not because Tekken Tag just hasn't been ringing my bell like that. But ring my bell. You caught it. You got me. You got me.
Or another Project Justice or Rival Schools or something.
Yo, please. Oh my God.
For that for like
begging for it.
Years, dog.
Dude. And the fact they brought Akira into Street Fighter 5 lets you know that they know people want this.
They want it. Like, they want it. Yep.
Dude,
yep.
When I'm like, please, I've been begging for Project Justice for like years. Like, just give me just give me Project Justice 2 or Rival Schools 3, same thing. Give me another Project Justice game like in modern day. I think it would do well, but I mean, I don't know what it would actually sell now. I'm not going to say because I'm not a marketing person. Just as a fan, as somebody that loved that series, if they put the right
Virtua Fighter, I think Project Justice would be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think so. And if they put the right energy behind it, the thing is too, they got to put the right energy behind it. They can't. What I don't want them to do is be like, we're gonna re-release Project Justice the Dreamcast version with no online or with delay-based netcode and put it on the PSN store, and that's it. And you guys got to buy that version to prove to us that
What
you
they did
want.
with
Like
Power
bitch,
Stone.
no, bitch, no. Put out a new game. That's what they did with Darkstalkers. They put out a Darkstalkers collection,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is cool, but you can't expect people that already played the game that want a new game to be like, oh, we're gonna buy this game to prove they want to support it. Like,
How you gonna draw a new? You can't draw a new.
Right.
You have something new that's modern to be like, oh, that's cool. Because
that's them testing the market. It's like,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying that's them trying to do Capcom was very notorious for doing like market tests for a long time. They kept doing like, we're gonna test and see how the people like it on this system or like this game or this re-release. Like, please, Capcom, Capcom, and I'm doing this on video. Capcom, I'm begging you, just don't test us. Just put out a new Project Justice. You see the response that Akira got by herself. You see the response. Like, I'm not saying it's going to sell 1 million. I have no idea. But you're not going to know unless you try and put that project out. Please, I'm begging you. Please don't make your only fighting game Street Fighter in Marvel. And Marvel's dead right now. Don't make it just only Street Fighter. Please put out a Project Justice game. That's all I ask.
Marvel's saying that dirt nap.
Right now, yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get another deal. But after Infinite, I don't know.
They bought
that game did trash.
Oh man, that
toilet tissue trash.
So here's my thing. I like the way Infinite plays, and like a lot of the playstyle ideas, but I don't like the stone system, and I do not like how it looks visually. Like I'm usually I want to be like, yo, graphics are, I can get past the graphics or whatever. I can't get back, but like this game is just like not great.
I had to cringe a bit on that one.
Like Chun-Li got improved. Like
no net Captain America, guy with the big meat steaks with the eyebrows. Dog.
But then the weirdest thing too with the roster choices, because like the game only has like 3 female characters total. I'm like, who?
Really?
No, yeah. Chun-Li, Morgan, Gamora, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel 4, dang, really?
4, and the only DLC character we got that was female was Black Widow.
What about
Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter, so 6.
Monster Hunter wasn't God? Yeah, you're right. Jeez.
Yeah, the rest. We only got 6 female characters in a 50 character cast, or 40 something character cast. No, 40 something character cast. Sorry.
That's a horrible. Wow, what were they thinking?
I don't know, because some of their choices, I'm like, all right.
They're definitely doing a movie. They're definitely doing a movie push. Yeah, Morgan's in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan's in that one. Yeah, I said Morgan. I said Morgan.
2. Cause you have Black Widow. You had Monster
That
Hunter,
doesn't matter. The game's irrelevant.
You had Marvel. You had Morgan and Chun-Li. You had Gamora. 6.
Yeah, 6.
Wow, so they left out Storm.
They left no Storm. Yeah, no X-Men at all. That was a big one. People were like, what the fuck? No X-Men. So yeah, no Storm. Not even a Psylocke. Not even a Psylocke was in that game.
But X-Men. Well, X-Men is Marvel, but aren't they owned by?
They're owned by. They were owned by Fox, but at the time that this happened, so they couldn't get the X-Men because they didn't have the rights to them. So they couldn't get the X-Men. They made all designs based on the movie designs, which worked for the movies, but not for a Marvel game. They look very stale in a Marvel game. It was like, it's weird.
They just didn't try because the X-Men were showing up in different video games. They just didn't.
Yeah, they were.
No, but like Marvel proper can't use them. It's not that they didn't try. They can't. They literally, it's contractually they couldn't at the time.
No, like Marvel Future Fight for mobile. They started getting the X-Men in there when Fox still had them.
Right, but look at the time frame.
Like we were all shocked about that.
Right, we were all shocked by that. And then look at the time frame when it happened though too, because that was probably, I guarantee that was after Infinite. Like around the time the Infinite was come out, that the Infinite was out, they couldn't use them. And you're right, they probably didn't try as hard because it was such a throwaway project. Throwaway project. Basically, they like do a movie tie-in. But yeah, legally they had to like fight to even do it. So yeah, it was a legal thing. That's on Marvel for like the problem is Marvel put their foot in the mix because they were like, yo, we want these characters to all look like the movie versions.
Movie versions.
It was heavily tied in. They heavily tied it into the Avengers. So there were no mutants. There were no, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff that made the Marvel Capcom games what they were locked out. There's no Phoenix. there's no Magneto. That's a huge part of the Marvel games appeal back then. There's no There's no Juggernaut, nothing like that. Like all those characters just not there and it's not available. And so you got a roster that's like okay-ish, but it's missing a lot of the staples. And even on the Capcom side, like again, there's no Felicia, there's no there's so many other like characters that they were just missing in general.
There was no fun, goofy characters either.
No fun, goofy characters at all. No, they brought Mega Man X in, but the regular Mega Man wasn't there, and so that was missing. Like it was very much trying to be like this serious kind of movie tie down thing. It was really no Phoenix Wright, no nothing like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no funny.
Yeah, like, nothing. That's part of what made the Marvel series fun was like aside from the serious X-Men, Avengers, etc. characters that were like, yo, these characters are like these legit Marvel characters. You had the goofy side of it too. Where you had like a Phoenix Wright, you had like a Felicia that was in there that made the zany stuff wasn't there, especially on the Capcom side.
I like characters like people don't like Ann Mingo and Sansa. Just like someone that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they're like, hey, we come with our own fresh characters.
Right.
Well, that's kind of cool.
It was very much like a put together project. From my understanding from rumors at the time, is like they basically were just using the modified version of the Marvel 3 engine and like
pretty hard.
They would like had to put that game together like quickly, and you could tell by like the quality of the character designs, like the whole Chun-Li debacle and and all like the designs and stuff like that is very, and like a lot of the UI is super. That UI is one of the stalest UIs I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was placeholder, and then you look at it, it's like, oh, this is the final release of the game. It's not placeholder. It was bad. It was trash. Yeah, that was like the final straw on the camel's back right there with the community really, and that game got universally panned. Even though like gameplay wise, the stones aside, like the gameplay actually was very intriguing.
It wasn't bad.
Like the idea of like being able to like swap in your partner, or your partner mid combo or like mid while you're being comboed, like as a
counter combo.
It was really cool. It's like it's not necessarily like a combo breaker, but you have an opportunity to stop a combo if you can call your partner. But if you fuck up, then you and your partner are getting hit. Yeah, they're getting murdered too. It was really interesting. Like, and you watch matches, especially early on, it's really dynamic. But then the stones were just not balanced well, and it was.
I did not like no.
I'm not a fan of stones either. Like at first I was like they're okay, and then like I'm like nah, these are terrible. I'm not a fan of these at all. Like Capcom always got to add some gym shit in. It's like okay, man, look, I don't know why y'all obsessed with gyms, but anyway, I got on a rant.
It's the MCE push, man.
Right? It was that the Thanos. Yeah, like if the movie's coming out, we gotta put that. Right. Wait, no, Thanos was in there. Thanos was in there.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure Thanos was in that game.
Oh yeah, he was. I'm
pretty sure. Him and Ultron were in there.
I was like, it's been a while.
You make a game where the Infinity Stones don't have Thanos in there, you are fucking up.
I'm like,
even they couldn't do that.
Like he had all the power, all the stones.
They made Black Panther DLC. I'm like, how you gonna not have him in the? And then on top of that, the roster was lopsided. There's more Marvel characters than Capcom. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's one more Marvel character than Capcom. I'm like, what? How do you do this? Like, that game was trash. Oh, Lord, but it's got a community and it's got people that like it. So shouts to them for sure. And I like watching the game being played, but it was very hard to like just. You can't deny the stuff that was wrong with that game. Man. It was. How do we get on that tangent? Because I didn't mean to go. Oh, talking about Project Justice and talking about Street Fighter. Okay, yeah. Real quick, because mine took way too long. Street Fighter. I'm still playing Monster Hunter Rise. I play it every Wednesday and Sunday still with my crew. And we've been having fun with that. I still haven't got to rank or HR 100 yet. Unlike these folks that put like 200 hours in already. I don't have that much time in the game. So, but I've been having a lot of fun doing customization and like I'm starting to actually make like actual builds now for my armor. So that's been fun. And yeah, I think that's everything I've been doing. So I think I covered everything. Yeah. Exer or Carnage.
I'll go next. I'm not pretty short. Yeah. I haven't done much recently, man. Sleep has been kind of kicking my butt.
That's all problem. I'm
exhausted, man. So I don't know why I'm exhausted, but I've been watching on Netflix "Girl from Nowhere." Decided to check that out. I think I mentioned it last time. Yeah. It's interesting. It's one of those like I thought that was Japanese, but then I realized it was Thai.
Oh, okay.
But it has the whole vibe of like. The character is named Nano. She's pretty much, you think she's an average student, and you find out she's not. She's like some mysterious being or something like that. It comes in, she goes to different schools and exposes the lies and misdeeds of people, like students, faculty. She'll start out being popular and all this other stuff, and then all of a sudden, she kind of uncovers these nasty doings. You're saying
Gotcha.
they end up almost like punishing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty much like I don't like a reaper in them, but someone who comes and causes you distress because you cause others distress. Or let me see what humans would do if I add this element into the picture. Give you the ability to write on this wall, and writing on this wall, whatever you write on the wall happens. You know what I'm saying? So one episode, girl wrote Fernanda would have the smell bad, have a stinky face, and next thing you know, what happened. You know what I'm saying? And she goes along with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Whatever, to see if this girl will change. It's interesting. As well as you don't have to really. It's brain wrenchers. Sit down and really think about it. It's kind of one of those standard anime type things. What's that one show? Hellgirl. You ever seen Hellgirl?
Hellgirl.
It's pretty cool. It's different stories and stuff like that. I think what's the Japanese name of that one? Hold on a second. Hellgirl. It's just called Hellgirl. I don't know if they have it on anything like Netflix or something like that.
Okay.
Yes, but it's pretty cool. That one's cool because what's that one? Going there in the bar. It's like Death. It's a popular one. It's a popular anime, and they're like Reapers or something like that. And they have people come down and they go through this story kind of thing to see if they go to heaven or hell. Can't remember what it's called.
Go to a story kind of.
Oh, what's it called?
Yeah, I had to
Reapers.
get
I
it.
can't think of it. In bar.
Because I'm brain
anime.
Death Note. I know it's not Death Note. So I'm like, what the hell?
No, it's not Death Note. Here we go. Death Parade. That's it.
Oh, I've actually heard of that. Okay, yeah, I've heard of that. I've not watched it, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Like Hellgirl, Death Parade, they're all kind of in that same genre of you have main cast of characters, but then you have these side the stories are based around these other characters, like the wife and the husband, or the kid who kicked his dog too much and the dog died, and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
stories like that. Yeah, it's you think you deserve to be forgiven or go to hell or go to heaven. Do you repent for your things? Yes. Come on in, you're gonna burn. Yes, so it's got this kind of vibe like that.
Okay.
It's almost like it's basically telling other people's story, but then it comes with a consequence, like a judgment or something like that, right?
Or it's involved in it. Either they're with Death Parade, it was people would die, didn't know they died, and they got this bar, they're talking to, they got the bartender and stuff like that. They're then all of a sudden they get put in a scenario to see if they're are they capable of going up or down? You know what I'm saying? Based on this, give them another chance. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hellgirl's kind of like that too, but Hellgirl's more like stuff. And they come to scoop you up, hey man, I'm like the person on the river Styx. I'm taking you straight to Hades, and I'm just letting you know that, and you're like, oh crap, you know what I'm saying? But it's different. But this was more like they're living in actual time, you know what I'm saying? And then it's she just involves herself in it and to expose them, you know what I'm saying? In real time, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So it's interesting. Castlevania, I just started watching the last season. That first episode, that production is freaking ridiculous, man. What? They super save budget for animated fight. I'm like, God, every fight they're having is the undead. I was like, geez, man, what is this? Is this Naruto versus Sasuke stuff?
Oh wow!
Seriously, man. And I'm like, because some of the styles change a bit. You can tell it's animated. I can't who animated, who's been animated in that. You can tell a different group jumped in. You know what I'm saying? And it's but it's good.
Good. And it's man, I forget what studio it is, but I know what studio is animated in. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's man, God. I was second episode, I'm like, Jesus, it's tasty. It's how you do it.
Tasty morsel.
Right.
Man,
I've seen a couple of the clips battles from that series in general. I'm like, I gotta watch this show, especially as a Castlevania fan. I gotta watch it, but I just have not sat down and done it yet. I gotta sit down.
Then you hear about them doing a spinoff, and they're gonna do a spinoff of the series. Apparently based it off Richter.
Yeah, it's gonna be based off Dracula X or off Rondo of Blood. Yeah.
Yeah. So You know, I'm not a Richter fan. That'd be interesting. You're saying animated.
Where they go with him with the story.
Yeah, I'm not a big Richter fan. I don't care for Richter, but
really,
again, when they animated, it might be dope. You know what I'm saying?
I'm kind of like I'm not a fan of Richter, but I'm not a fan of Richter. I'm just like he's there.
I don't hate Richter. I'm just not like hey.
Yeah, I guess you.
Well, I'm like.
He's really right. He's there. I'm just surprised they have not decided to do one on Simon because I'm like, I figured that would be the next step.
I'm like, he's OG, man.
Right, exactly. Like I get why they did the first one after like Trevor and Siffa and after Alucard because like especially with Alucard makes it like that's a super popular set of characters in the series. Yep. But like Simon is also extremely popular and the original. I'm like, if there's a time to do it, it'd be like now just tell Simon's story. But we get Richter's. And Richter's kind of like, hey, he's there. He's all right. Whatever.
He's there.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
He's breathing.
Richter was only cool in Symphony of the Night.
Huh?
That's what I heard. Yeah, like I haven't played Symphony in a minute, but I don't.
Oh yeah, he's at the beginning of Symphony. Yeah, he is in Symphony. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I mean, he was a secret character, but you still started the game using him.
He started the game using them. Go through the first cut.
Yeah, that's right. You did. You
come back, and after that, you come back. You play as Alucard, and then I think you have to fight Richter at some point. So.
Yeah, you did. Speaking of it, I don't appreciate the remake they did.
The remake of
Symphony of the Night. I don't want to say it's really a remake, but I have bought Symphony of the Night. It came in. There was another game. It came with two, but it came with 2 games. And then I'm playing Symphony of the Night. I'm waiting for Richter to be like, "Die, monster! You don't belong in this world."
Yeah,
and they changed it.
Oh yeah, they did. I remember hearing about that. They did change the line.
What is this?
What are you doing?
It's like you fucked up the game.
Like I was angry. My heart was broken. Like I didn't know what I was listening to. Like this isn't the Symphony of the Night I grew up with. Like what is this whack ass dialogue?
Oh, man.
It's the Symphonia. Symphonia of the Night.
Wow. Symphonia of the Night.
Symphonia of the Night.
The cacophony of the night.
Symphonia of the
Nobody fight Dracula in the afternoon. What is this shit?
It was a Symphony of the Evening.
Symphony of the evening, right?
Symphony of the evening. Right before dinner.
Just a little bit before the night. Yeah.
Before dinner.
Castlevania, Waltz of the Afternoon.
Symphony of 6:30 p.m.
Just a little bit before sunset.
You guys play Castlevania Dirge the Morning? Yeah?
Oh, man. But
Big
yeah,
Apple, 3 a.m.
so I started that and then
Castlevania 3 a.m. Oh, I just caught that.
but
Castlevania 3 a.m.
Oh, what you did?
3 a.m.
The Alley Cat Blues.
Oh, God. I buried my show. Wounded Knee.
Early bird special.
Don't bring up all. You know I'm trying to say it.
But no turtle is gone before.
Right. Prehistoric turtle song.
Go ahead. We didn't get off on a tangent.
He said it and it brought it all back. Like, y'all I gotta say all of them. Yeah.
Anime ones. I've been trying to catch up with things, but the thing I've been watching the most is Asian news because I've been hitting this line.
Yes.
Dragon Quest Adventures of Die.
I gotta watch that. Yeah, you talking about that? Yeah.
It's like, man, it's like what? I understand Super was like a lot of episodes, but sometimes I feel like I wish Super every episode was like this. And like the fight scenes are pretty good, man. And like you can tell they put production into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just enough. And it's like they don't have a bad fight scene. I haven't seen an episode where the characters look goofy and off because they got up animation team B and C up. Animate. I'm saying like I told Adrian, like there's one moment where the C Squad came in for like maybe a minute. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, what's going on? They all feeling back good. And it was like, okay.
It's like a gag joke. It's like,
man, what's wrong with their faces? Look like South Park characters and stuff. Like, hey man, you get this Kamehameha. But other than that, man, like it's okay. It's nothing impressive. Okay, it's your standard, old school Dragon Quest. shonen, you know,
your mic is
Goku-esque.
your mic is doing the thing again.
It's doing the thing again?
Yeah.
All right.
It did.
All right, all right, disconnecting, going to the budget headset. Give me a second.
Budget baller.
This was like a damn budget. Remember? Made me mad. I had to order another solid one. All right, hold on.
All right. We'll just hold up. Remember, edit this part. Look at myself in the camera. Remember, right here.
All right.
At 128, edit this part.
My check.
We got you. We hear you.
Good. We hear you.
Oh man. All right. So yeah, it's standard story, hero story. You know, Dragon Quest doesn't really go super deep. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Most of the story, it is what it is. Got the hero, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously has that Goku-esque kind of vibe. Where he goes in like so-called not really Super Saiyan, but he ends up accessing some superpower. Standard. But he gets whooped most of the time, which I like.
Yeah, he does.
He gets himself wrecked until that last moment when someone like comes up and initiates it.
He kind of gives me a Gohan vibe.
Yeah, Gohan. They're Gohan.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can get with that.
Yeah, more Gohan than Goku.
I like Gohan. Gohan's my favorite character in the series.
He's Goku personality-wise. Like he's like not like quite stupid, but he's like
talking about more. Yeah, I think more Dragon Ball-ish Goku. He's like just learning shit. Really, I mean,
he's aloof. Let's put it that way. Like Like he's very innocent. Very innocent. That's it.
He's really innocent.
And so it's like, he goes up there, he's got Gohan-ish vibe, you know what I'm saying? Especially when he gets his stuff wrecked, you know what I'm saying? And then he gets good up and he tries. He tries to like think about what could work in a situation, what doesn't work, you know what I'm saying? Recently had a moment where he did the unconscious thing where he's sitting there with ballistic, you know what I'm saying? And then woke up and like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? You see the villain like, he's like, God dang it! He shouldn't have survived that attack, And he escaped by a lot. He should have died quite a few times. You know what I'm saying? Which I appreciate because a lot of times with heroes, like they kind of get beat up, but they don't get close to death. Like I'm throwing my biggest attack at you, and you happen to survive it. It's like, oh yeah, you should have been dead. And
he does get his ass busted.
Yeah, he get cheeks clapped. And it's like, and I'm like, geez, man. And I like the side characters like Pop. You know what I'm saying? Pop is pretty cool.
Pop's pretty cool.
He's one of your standard like Krillin type characters. Like hey man, we should be doing this. He's kind of strong. Maybe we should back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Then when things are in a pinch, he always shows that he's there. You know what I'm saying? He's like he knows like when he fought Crocodile, and he was like, man, I can't whoop this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? And he went up there, he tried he shattered his mage's staff, and then he set up the crystals, like, and Crocodile's like, what are you doing, you bum? He's all stepping on him and stuff, and he's like flicking these crystals to make this pentagram symbol. He's trying his best, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He throws these attacks like, he trained under the original hero, and, he was like one of those lazy type guys, like, wow, he really didn't start training until you came along, die, and he's like, Pop's like, hey man, you're not coming into my roost and taking the spot, because I'm gonna try my best. Yeah. But at the same time, he knows his limitations, but he tries to exceed it. You know what I'm saying? And with Die brings up the courage in him. You know what I'm saying? Because normally he'd be scared. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like the way they kind of handle those characters. I like the villains. You know what I'm saying? The villains, they actually put like story with them. You know what I'm saying? It makes you kind of feel for them. Like that's why I told Adrian Crocodile's one of my favorites, man. Standard beefy mofos like Unga Bunga. You know what I'm saying? I don't use magic. Why would I need magic? You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm gonna straight maul you with my fist. I'm a king of demons, crying out loud. Magic. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
this is called. You said this is called Dragon Quest Die.
Dragon Quest Die. Adventures of Die.
Adventures of Die. Okay, I gotta remember this. I'm gonna check this out.
Yeah, I recommend it. It's pretty good. I'm not as far as X is. I think I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in right now.
Okay.
So it's right now. It's I like it.
Is that the Hattler fight, or did he finish?
This is the one. He started training with the
hero. Okay,
the hero dude.
Aslan or
yeah. He's pretty dope. I like when he first came in. I was like,
that dude's goofy, man. It's funny to see him in his current state with a little swirly hair Especially when he's a hero.
Yeah.
Hero's all serious, and then he's all goofy and stuff. And he's like, but he's very like loving and caring for his students. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I like his character, man.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
You gotta get to that Hadler, aka King Piccolo fight.
I'm getting there. I'm gonna get there soon. I'm gonna get there real soon.
King Hadler low.
But it's pretty good. I really do recommend watching it. It's a good anime.
No, it sounds like my alley. I need to check it
It's
out.
highly.
Yeah. It's Dragon
The
Quest.
quality of anime is superb. It's superb.
Okay. High praise. I like it.
Yeah, I for Bay Shonen, man, I tip my hat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As long as it keeps being that way the whole way through.
right. Don't change, making
I
wild
need to go back and redo Beat the Vandal the same way.
Oh man, I missed the Beat the Vandal. That was a pretty fun.
Please redo it the same way. So all the fights are like dope and not lame and lazy.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I agree.
Production dropped quick on that mug, boy. That's back in the day, boy. That's an OG one. That's the early thousands.
Vito.
No, I had to put my dentures in for that one.
Oh wow. Let me tell you something, boy.
Let me tell you about this. Early 2000s, like, wow. Grandpa, what was that long ago?
Still got time, young man. Still got time.
Still got time, young man. You got time.
Still got time, young man.
Still got time, young man.
You got time.
That's animated or live. That's what I've been watching. Manga, of course. My Hero. I need to catch up on One Punch because One Punch is pretty tasty.
Oh yeah, One Punch. One Punch right now. I'll let you catch up on it, but yeah, it's. I like where it's at, and I don't like where it's at because it's one of those situations where, you know what?
Anime I have yet to watch.
I haven't watched the anime. I've been reading the manga because
I haven't read. I'm an anime. I haven't done either one, so I just know the character, but I don't know nothing about the story at all.
The current story is like it kind of to me. Like, all right, I need to get through this arc right now. I'm kind of annoyed. I'm like, all right, man. What's going on? Who we fighting? Because the actual main character of the series is like still fucking off somewhere else. I'm like, all right, I get why they're doing that because it's so powerful. Once he shows up, it's not gonna matter. But it's like it's dragging out for me personally. Just
I ain't gonna lie though. I do like the fact that it's one of the few that actually give attention to other characters.
True.
A lot of series will have a billion characters that show no love to them.
Right.
Like they'll have like whole little fight arcs.
Dragon Ball.
Stuff where it's like
once again,
like what's it called? The little brainy kid with the robots.
How to mention Dragon Ball without saying the word Dragon Ball.
It's like introduction of a bunch of characters that mean nothing.
No, you know what? No. You know what? Yeah, Dragon Ball fits that, but you know what? Even better, Bleach.
Oh God!
We're not doing this, Delani.
We're not going there. I just have to say it. But I was just saying. You know what? Like that between that and Naruto. Naruto did it too. With all these cool characters, like it's a shonen thing. Like that's my main problem with a lot of shonen series is that they introduce all these characters and then you don't use them at all. They're just there and then they just fall to the wayside. It's like you need to stick to a small cast, bro. Like I understand like introducing cool characters to like nice and everything, but at least with like My Hero, it makes sense, and because it's like they're not gonna have everybody fighting all the time, and even then they will do dives into certain characters like while they're there and stuff like that. But that the story is about Deku and his rise to power, and that the other students and they're students, so it makes sense. And that's why I kind of can give Naruto a slight pass on it because it's very clear this is a class of students and it makes sense, and they do at times bring them back up. But like, Bleach, no, they don't. Bleach don't be doing that shit. But anyway, all right, move on. I'm moving on. I'm gonna shut up. What happened? Someone mentioned Bleach.
I feel like I don't feel Bleach really negated a lot of their characters. I feel like they had their 1 or 2 episodes where they actually got to shine. And that was
they put them characters to the wayward side, man.
You know what? I think what makes me mad about Bleach, what makes it worse with Bleach for me personally is just that not only if you neglect characters, That's one thing, because you make such big cast. I kind of expect it to happen, like with Naruto. Certain kids don't get as much shine as you think they should because they're your favorite character. That happens. It's just the way story writing goes. My problem with Bleach is that they will have characters that they build up and then actively shit on, like constantly. What's my man with the ice powers? Him. He's like the poster boy of that shit. Hitsugaya. Yeah. Oh my god. He be like, I've got this new power I've been working on. Next episode, he laid out as fuck. You like, all right, well, what's the point of? Why do I care about this character? What's the point? Like every single time, without fail, they did it for a lot of characters. I'm like,
go ahead and sleep on it, homie.
Right. He like, I got a new power. Night. Next episode, he just knocked out. And man. Anyway, no, we're not going there. See you on. Let's move past that because we will turn this into another Bleach episode, and I don't want to do that.
What is happening here?
The hatred of Bleach.
This is the hey, what's up, guys? This is the Bleach podcast where we talk about how much Bleach effed up.
All right, guys, I gotta get going though. Sorry, cut my part short. I need to make some calls and stuff, and then
no doubt.
But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the stacked lunch portion of the podcast.
We all had a good lunch. It was all good.
Hope you enjoyed your apple slices and the Lay's basic potato chips.
Next time I need a Lunchable pizza version.
Oh, my man demanding now.
You gotta earn that. You know what I'm saying? That's exquisite.
Right. that's
the exquisite meal.
We're gonna get the generic Wicks. Gelatinous turkey slices. Craft singles mashed together into one block. You have to really get there and put them apart. They say the best part was the snack in the...
No, nigga, those chocolate sandwich cookies.
Yeah, chocolate sandwich cookies. You're like, Oreos, what's CSC mean? Chocolate sandwich. Is it an Oreo on the top of the cookie? CSC, chocolate sandwich.
CSC.
CSC. What the heck is CSC?
Chocolate sandwich cookies.
Mott's apple juice. Mott's.
You can taste the authenticity, dog.
You can taste the inauthenticity. You can taste the fake.
It's like, this is not Oreo.
Delicious.
All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace out.
All right, man. Later, man. Oh man, so Carnage
by default is my turn.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. So animes I've been watching. Well, we know I watched Dragon Quest Die.
Yeah.
I finished season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's another I gotta catch up. I got not catch up.
Golly, and I'm kind of hurt that it's on hiatus for a little bit.
Yeah, shout out to
hopefully that dude better, man.
Yeah, man, for real.
Hopefully he does. Like I am one of the ones. I am not in a rush for him to come back. Take as much time as you need. Please get better. Please mind your health first and foremost. We can wait on new episodes. We don't want to lose another author, illustrator.
Yeah, for real.
So please get better. That's all. And for anybody else that's an author or illustrator, whether you're working in manga or working on your own comic, please take care of yourself. Please put your health first.
Yep. Or no, that's just in general, just anybody that's working.
Yeah, really, just in general.
Any reason? Look, y'all, money ain't worth your health though.
Right. No, 100%.
You can't spend it if you ain't healthy. You just gonna, So it's just like take care of yourself.
Only mention creators like. Yeah, only miss creators like specifically because like a lot of the time, especially when it comes to like creating stories, creating comic stuff, that a lot of creators just feel like they have to do that, like whether they're feeling healthy or not, and ignore their problems because they feel like they have to get their content out there, or they're going to lose their standing, or lose their comic, lose their audience. And I mean, you might like
Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, but like you might get a dip and whatnot, but like honestly, I would rather that the people that I follow, their comics, their work, I would rather they were healthy and able to get their product out on their terms and like live than like destroy themselves, not get checked out, find out they got cancer and then pass. You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
Please, like, take care of yourselves first. Like the stories can always be told as long as you're healthy, as long as you're able to be healthy. So. Yeah,
and if you can't tell it with your own self, do like Toriyama's been doing. Have somebody else
delegate
it for you.
Right, delegate. Get a squad.
He got a studio. He got one dude doing his little manga for him. So it's like,
right.
I'll tell you what to put in, and you draw it.
Right, exactly. I will supervise.
For real. Take care of yourself. Definitely take care of creators. Definitely, because
that's what Kobo did with Burn the Witch too.
Yeah, that's what he did. And that was a good way to do it. I mean, it was Burn was like a really short story, only a few chapters, right? I don't think it was like a long series, or is it?
Yeah, and then they had like a movie.
Yeah, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Like, if you want to tell a story, that's perfectly great. I think that's good. Not everything needs to be like a long, gigantic epic that lasts like 12 years.
Yeah.
Because Oda's at that point too, the creator of One Piece. He's in that position too. He's been sick many a time. And we're like, yep, we got to take a hiatus. It's like, bro, you've been doing this comic for like how many years? Like, just end it. just write the ending now and just give yourself a good break. You've been on the top of the leaderboards for like 20 years now, man. Like, just, but he has a story he wants to tell. He's gonna tell it, and thankfully for him, he's able to get to that point. But anyway, let me cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you good. Yeah. So basically, we done already talked about Phantasy Star Online.
Yeah.
So we done hit that. That's all. The only thing I really haven't, I've watched that we haven't talked about is I started watching the old anime Ice Shield 21 again.
Oh my god, yo! Okay, that is weird. In my head, without you saying a word, I was gonna bring up like I think I'm gonna go back and watch Ice Shield 21. I kid you not. That is freaky, dude. That's fucking freaky. Yo, that's weird.
Yeah, for real.
That's weird.
Yeah, I went back to watching it. Such a great anime.
Yeah, I only watched like a few. Like back in the day, I only watched like a few episodes, and that's all I had. And I never did finish it, but I was always interested in finishing it, so I might go back and find it now and watch it. Maybe on Crunchy.
It's on Crunchyroll.
It's on Crunchy. Okay,
it's on Crunchyroll. Yeah. Courtesy of Genius.
Nice.
Appreciate you, partner.
That's so weird though that you brought that up because I was gonna mention that in my after I was like, yeah, I think I might go back and watch Ice Shield because I never did finish it. The fact that you thought about that out of nowhere, yo, that's so weird, yo.
Yeah, I've been watching it. I've been watching it now, literally like. See, that's my thing with animes. Too many animes out there that I need to watch.
Oh God, yes. Yeah.
So then, like when I get on one, like how I started Dragon Quest Die, then I was like, okay, well, I kind of want to just chill out, and that's the only reason why I kind of picked up watching Ice Shield because I already know most of it. I've seen all of the episodes until I think I haven't finished the whole thing. But I just went back in just to rewatch it and just for something because I was familiar with the anime and I didn't have to do a whole lot of paying attention to it.
Right.
And it ended up just being, I'm on like episode 22 right now, and I've been watching it the last 4 days or so, 3 days or something like that. Yeah, nice. I've been kind of breaking the record on that. So I mean, but I got back into watching that. And is there anything else I've really been doing? I don't think I want to play. I haven't played Virtual Fighter 5. I've been wanting to try it. I downloaded it, but I haven't tried it yet.
We can carry off. We can go to the next section, which will be the last thing we're gonna do today, anyway. So it's been like what you're looking forward to. So anything that you're looking forward to playing that's either out or coming out, playing or watching or whatever. Just anything you're looking forward to. You can go ahead and start off with that and like kind of go into that and like what you're looking to watch or play or whatever. I cannot talk.
As far as anything out there that I'm looking to watch, I mean, I just kind of pick up on the things that y'all are saying because I want to watch those just to see like that the Rage of Bahamut. I'm gonna try and check that out, see what that's all about. But as far as anything that I'm really looking forward to watching, not really. I don't really have anything on mind like that. As far as playing, well, they done pushed back KOF. I was kind of hyped on that.
Yeah, which again, they pushed it back. I'm like, that's cool. Take your time and make it right. So yeah, but it got pushed back 2022. Yeah. I'm not surprised by that, by the way. Like it looked like it was like it looks really good, but I'm like releasing that this year or end of this year seemed really aggressive. I'm like, this is probably gonna get pushed back. I kind of felt like it was gonna get pushed back.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to me that's a good thing because especially after the debacle that was Cyberpunk, a lot of people start to think about things and pushing it back.
Right, like you know what? Maybe we should release this game just yet. Let's just double check. But Sir, our game is fine. I know, but I want to be sure.
We're gonna quality check.
Right.
Not just quality check. We're gonna quality check. You know what I'm saying?
We need quality assurance for the quality assurance is what we need right now.
Exactly. I'm gonna have to look through E3 to see if there's anything else that does stick out. Because basically the only other thing I'm looking forward to probably is like they got the Final Fantasy VII Integrate that's coming out, so I just want to play that just to get back into it. What was that?
Horizon.
Horizon.
Oh, Horizon.
Oh, Horizon. Yeah. I was like, Horizon. What's Horizon? Oh yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah.
Somebody rising. Somebody rising.
Yeah, I thought he said Rising. Like, what game is Rising? What the heck? What's going on?
Metal Gear Rising. What are you talking about? No.
Yeah, that's another one. But yeah, that's pretty much it off the top of my head. Of course, things that probably ain't gonna be here for another couple of years, like the second episode of the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Right.
That, and kind of interested to see what Final Fantasy 16 is gonna be about. But
God,
other
it's
than
16,
that,
isn't it? Damn.
Yeah.
Not playing 16.
But other than that, that's pretty much where I'm at. And they got a esports boxing club game coming out, and I haven't played a boxing game in forever.
Okay.
And this joint looks amazing right now. It has probably had the largest boxing roster I've ever seen in any boxing game. I know they got over 150 people right now, something like that. But it looks great. And they pushed that one. They pushed it back again. They were supposed to do a beta back in January, or an alpha or something like that. Back in January, they were supposed to put it on like PC, but then they were like, of course, after the Cyberpunk debacle, they were like,
right, we hold off on that.
Yeah, we're going to hold off on this, and we'll do it later on. But right now, yeah, we're gonna keep building up on it. But it looks really good.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it for me right now.
Oh, there was this. I want to say it was an alpha I played. I actually forgot to mention this because it's actually pretty dope. Hunter's Arena. It's a battle royale, 3-man teams, but it's like martial arts. It's a fighting game.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Is it on PC?
It was actually really fun.
Is it on PC? Was it on PC?
No, it was on PlayStation. So I'm gonna be looking for another beta. When it pops up, I'll let y'all know. Cause did I record anything for that? I'll have to look so I can show it to
you. Yeah, all right.
Sounds good.
But yeah, that shit was fun.
Nice. What am I looking forward to? I got a bunch of stuff I'm looking forward to because Nintendo Direct is on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure it's on Tuesday morning. Like I said, I'll be looking at that and probably dropping my comments on it or my reaction to it. Hopefully I can do it live, but I'm not sure how live is going to work this year because E3 is already putting out a statement like, hey, unless you're one of our designated creators, you can't watch this and record it live. Like, all right, man, whatever. But yes, I'll probably try and do some kind of reaction to it. Then and within that Direct, I am hoping that we get something on Metroid Prime 4 because it's been so long. And I want to see where they're going with it, if they have anything to show for it. If not, that's cool. It's fine. I think they already said Breath of the Wild 2 won't be shown this year, so that's unfortunate. And then I'm not expecting anything. I'm honestly, personally, I have the sneaky suspicion that Bayonetta 3 is on hiatus or being canceled quietly. I'm hoping it's not because I'm interested to see where they go with it. But it's been too quiet for too long. I'm really worried about that game's development now. But yeah, we'll see if they say anything about that at Nintendo Direct. Hopefully more info on Pokemon Arceus. Hopefully a cleaner trailer that looks better. The idea and the concept looks great. It's just the trailer they showed definitely was early. You could tell it's like an alpha probably. Like they literally tried to put together like, yo, this is what we got. It looks good. Like the concept looks good, but it's definitely like some graphical issues and stuff like that. But then there's also Game Freak, and Game Freak is not really great at making their stuff look like top of the notch, like on current gen. So we'll see what happens. And then what else is happening? Loki. So I did watch the first episode of that, and I was really intrigued. I want to see more what's happening. right off the gate of that episode was hilarious. Because Loki always talking shit and then gets disrespected immediately after talking shit. It was the greatest. Like, if you'll excuse me, then that cop popped it with that damn baton and slow mo. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yep, here we go. Already, like for the first 2 minutes, I'm like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, because the most memorable moments I've seen with Loki was when he was in the first Avenger and the Hulk.
Slammed
He
him.
was just, I am a god.
I am a
And I.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
Are you done yet? Boom,
damn
boom,
what
boom,
you
boom,
are.
boom, boom. The fact that he slammed around and then stopped, looked at him, was like, not quite. Boom, 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 boom.
That was too funny, bro.
That was so well written. I'm like, that is perfect. But yeah, no, Loki looking pretty good so far. But I got to see a couple more episodes to like really get a feel for it. Just like with the other shows. Like even much as I love Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is probably my favorite show so far. It took me a couple episodes to really be like, oh, I'm all the way in. Like the first episode was really good, but it was like, let's see what to do with it. And like by episode 3, I was like, oh, this is McFly. I'm good. We in here. So I'm gonna see what happens with Loki. As far as shows coming out, as far as shows that are on my list to watch, I definitely want to watch Raised Muhammad, Virgin Soul. That's on my short list. Shoot, what was the other one on my short list that I want to watch? I don't know. I can't remember now. I'm drawing a blank. It was something that was mentioned earlier. Oh, Dragon Quest Die or Adventure of Die to Die.
I just call it Dragon Quest Die too.
Dragon Quest Die, yeah. Dragon Quest Die, yeah. I want to watch that as well. And then I think really there's nothing else like super unique aside from like you. I'm waiting for KOF 15 and it getting pushed back. It's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, it takes take the time they need and get it developed right, and I'm cool with that. My girl Luong got announced, so I'm very happy with her. Her trailer, I was so over the moon. I was cheering in my room. I wish I recorded my reaction to that too, but it was so good because Luong is my main character in King of Fighters 14, and like she's the kind of character that I like to play, where she has like some zoning tools, but she also can rush down, and she has like some pretty interesting combos, and then she does all this stuff with her kick. She can cancels. It's like really just cool, just overall. And then the style of characters, like this is my character. So of all the characters I played, like she was the main one that was in every single team I made. It was her. And Sylvie, who I don't know if Sylvie's gonna come back or not, but Sylvie is very goofy character, is like way on the top, and yeah, we'll see what that happens. But like Luong being in the game is already like, all right, I'm playing the game. Luong and Shermie are both in the same game. That's my team already. I'm playing Shermie, I'm playing Luong, and they had a cutscene together in the trailer. I'm like, is SNK trying to cater to me specifically? Are they like, you know what? All these years we're not giving you your favorite characters. Here they are. Here they go, and they talking to each other in the same cutscene. Here you go. I'm just happy. So cool. Look forward to that.
I was surprised to see Yashiro back. I was actually big on playing Yashiro in 98.
He's another one. Cause yeah, Yashiro, Shermie, and Chris, their team. It's like once I saw Yashiro reveal, because they revealed him first, I'm like, the whole team's back. I'm like, I knew they had to be back, and I was waiting for Shermie's trailer, and then they showed him like, yeah, she's the crazy grappler I remember. I love playing Shermie. She's a straight up this really active grappler that's had like all these follow ups and stuff, and just like really cutesy personality, or cutesy / sexy, which is really weird. But it's also like this because of the way her eyes are like covered by her hair, and then the fact that she's actually one of Orochi's kings, and like has this like dark side is like really interesting and make the character like stand out. So. But yeah, no, Yashiro, I fucking love Yashiro too. It's another one. I'll probably play with my alts. I love Yashiro. I'm hoping Yamazaki makes it too, but I feel like he's probably a lot too because he's so popular. Yeah. Oh my god, his critical or his desperation move. I don't know, his DM in King of Fighters 14 is one of my favorites because they gave him. Yashiro has this one thing with his supers. With one of his supers, where like the more you mash the button. Doing it, like it pauses when you do it, right? Like he throws the opponent down, screen goes dark, and you get a chance to mash buttons. And the more you mash, the more he levels up, and you can see it visually. They did that in 14. So like he has 4 levels now. Like the first level of the super, he just does like a little kind of simple like attack string and then knocks you away. The second one, he like does like a curb stomp kind of thing, pretty much what Brian Fury had in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. That's what Brian Fury super, I want to say, was based off of like Yamazaki super, which is basically just curve stomps you and laughs at you. It's kind of the same thing Yamazaki does, except he has this crazy laugh and then kicks you away, then knocks you away. The third level is the most interesting one because Yamazaki, when he gets to his third level of super in 14, he actually, depending on what stage you're on, he will pull a random object, smack the other character with him, and then knock him away. And so, and so he'll pull up like for sale signs. There's one on certain stages he'll pull up a goddamn giant swordfish.
That's tough.
People like, and just smack you with it, and they like punch you away. It's so hilarious. And like, I would do that super just in training, just to like see different stages and see what he pulls out, because it's so random. Like he leans back, and he legit just bangs him with it, just like with the signs like the boom, boom, just like one of them old school sounds and shit. It's so good. And in the fourth level, he just goes straight up bananas and just like beats the ever loving fuck out of you, and then knocks you away. That's the most powerful one. But you got to match pretty hard to get that. But it's not that hard though in this game or at 14. So I'm hoping they bring that back. If they bring that back, oh my god!
I just want this counter attack.
Oh yeah, that's good too. Yeah, the kuya. Oh my god, yo, like low key, man. And I said it before because like there was this question that was on Twitter. Like somebody was like, if you only have one fighting game with you on an island, what game would it be? And I'm pretty sure everybody that knows me probably expects me to say Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which is a good guess. But I'm like, no, I love King of Fighters 14 more than Cross Tekken. Because there wasn't a community that was like really strong playing it where I was at. It's hard for me to practice and play it like that. And I'm like, I just didn't, and the online was terrible. So it's like, I just didn't have a chance to really sit down and practice it. But King of Fighters 14 is probably one of my favorite fighting games of all time. Right up there with Cross Tekken and everything. It's just, there was no community for it. And then graphically, like, I liked it visually, but I know like visually it was pretty weak. So that kind of made it suffer. But I'm hoping that 15 can revive a lot of that. And I'm hoping 15 is as good. And it seems like it so far, the roster and what I've seen and how it's playing, I'm like really happy for that. So I'm looking forward to I'm super looking forward to 15. I won't be playing competitive because I'm pretty much quote unquote retired. I don't know, retired from a game you play as a hobby, but I've stopped. I'll play in tournaments, but I'm not like trying to be top anymore or anything like that. But I still will put the time in. I have Guilty Gear Strive. I've not sat down with it quite yet. I played a little bit of it, but I haven't like gone online or anything. But that game is
a couple days.
Yeah, man, that game is beautiful. Like I can't even describe it any other way. Like that, it shows that ASW has really just.
I was about to say, do you expect anything less from them now?
You know, I really
set the bar so damn high.
So they set it high with Grand Blue. They set it like super high, and with Dragon Ball they set it high, and then with Guilty Gear Xtra they set it high. But like this though, like even for what I expected from them, and like actually seeing, like I seen the trailer and stuff. Like until you see it in person, it's like, bro. It's my only complaint visually is that a lot of the supers are very not as exciting. Like they have cinematic startups, but they're like very just simple. And I expected more like really like oh my god supers and like insta kills and stuff like that. And I don't think they're in the game, so that sucks. But other than that, it looks fun. It looks fun. I want to get my chance to play it pretty soon. Hopefully, I might play it tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah. I think that's about all I got. So I think we're just hitting the 2-hour mark. I think that's about it. We can wrap it up there.
Did Genius say what he was looking forward to?
Oh shit, you're right, Genius. What are you looking? Wait, yeah, no, you didn't. Yeah, my bad, Genius. What are you looking forward to? Edit that part out. That didn't happen. We ain't ending it just yet. We got Genius. It's your turn. My bad. I totally I thought he went for some reason. I don't know why. My brain just I get talking and forget shit. Genius. What are you looking forward to?
Is he there?
Well, Genius.
What happened? I was in the kitchen. I heard y'all talking, and I just heard it stop. I was like, shit, they're trying to talk to me.
Yeah, we was asking what you was looking forward to.
I am keeping that in. I am highlighting that. That was hilarious.
For a moment, he was
matter of fact. That's the title.
In the podcast, it. I was like, "Well, what is he looking for? Is Genius looking forward to?" Then he was like, "Oh yeah, I almost forgot about him." And then you weren't there, and it was like,
That's the title of the podcast, by the way. What happened? My man was like, it's not the fact he just said it, but the fact he said it from so far away too. He was like on the other side of the room, like, what happened?
Oh boy.
Looking forward to playing some Strive.
Definitely. Yeah.
I've always been a Guilty Gear fanatic since the original game.
Yeah, for sure.
Just give me Bloody Roar at this point.
Oh man.
Oh, come on, don't do it.
You touching my heart right now,
so we doing
bro.
that now?
I gotta get
we
you
doing that
I gotta
now?
get you
That's where we going?
the virtual dap. Yo, yes,
That's where we're going now.
bro.
That's
Please
hot
give me
in these
Bloody Roar.
streets.
Yes.
Bandai Namco, Bloody Roar.
I don't think.
That's-
What's the name? Konami owns
Man.
it. Konami owns it. Sadly,
Yeah,
so we
they
won't see
did.
it.
Konami.
And Konami like
And
video
Konami,
games. Take our pachinko machines.
Man, yeah, hand that over to Bandai Namco or somebody else.
Right.
That does amazing 3D fighters. Like,
Can you
just-
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Bloody Roar
What it would
done
look like
by
now?
Arc System Works? Can you
Oh my
imagine?
God.
Oh my god!
If it was to go 2D, yeah, that'd be insane.
Ooh, my goodness.
Yeah, just make it, just keep it 3D, but just like have ASW do it, like, or just not even, just modernize the game is what I want. But then my thing too is like they make another Bloody Roar. Don't go that Bloody Roar 4 was such a travesty. Don't go that route. Go back to like what made the series what it was, like the super anime kind of style fighter where like you had people with like Alice had pink ponytails or pink twin tails or whatever, and characters had these wild colorful clothes. Don't try and be all extra realistic. Don't do that. Just
Yeah, it doesn't have to be realistic at all.
no. That's what I try to do in 4. Try to make cutscenes and shit and like make it a real plot and like no man, this is not Tekken. That's the whole no. You have a lane to be in. Please just be you. Be what made you you. And you know it was oh man, Bloody Roar is such a fun game. It's such an unsung hero. It was simplistic for sure. But even with that simplicity, especially nowadays, like it was such a good game. It was so fun, man. I love
That's what matters the most
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
what-
Is like
right,
the game
it's
is
fun.
fun. That's
right.
you can overlook certain things, but
I played
definitely a
I
fun
played
game.
the ever loving shit out of Bloody Roar Primal Fury on GameCube. Played the hell out of it. Loved
Same
it.
here.
Man, it was such a good game. Like the only thing that stopped me from playing
Big feet. What the hell?
what?
I didn't understand that.
I know you didn't understand. I wasn't talking to you.
Wait, is that SIRI or is that Alexa?
No, it's the Samsung one. Big
Oh, Bixby. Okay, got you.
Yeah, I can't. Well, boy, I'm surprised you can put that mug on your phone.
It's
Notice-
on there by default.
Must still try to, but you had. I know my phone. You had to kind of install them or whatever, or install the big setup. Every time I was like, no, you can't get on this device here.
Notice I spelled mine. I was like SIRI. So if I say his name, it will activate.
It's
Like,
like,
what
did
do
you
want
ring?
from me? Right, you rang. What do you want?
Better watch out. It might know how to spell itself. And
No, if I say the word like, if I say
And it
serious,
doesn't react.
if I
Oh,
wait,
now it doesn't.
serious, Siri. Oh, now it's not reacting. What the fuck? All right, whatever. Right? You're like, ha ha ha.
it pulled that damn what's the cartoon frog when the dude he be singing, and then when the dude finally gets ready to try.
Michigan J Frog.
Yeah.
Hello, my
And the guy
baby.
trying to
Hello,
get
my
my
honey.
phone
Hello,
in
my
my
long
mouth.
time girl. Right. Oh yeah, take it out. Bruh, bruh.
Serious, like yeah.
I'm gonna cut. I'm
Don't
gonna end the podcast. Be sitting here and be like, "What did you want earlier, you motherfucker?" I went to the store. I'm sorry.
Like, at that point, the iPhone got to go. That's how.
Right.
You know that.
Like you know what you got to go. I don't. You possess now.
Like you replying to something I said 30 minutes ago. Oh no, bitch, you got to go.
No, I'll be sitting here watching something
man.
like it's gonna just keep like, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey." I'm like, "Oh no, you coming out
Oh,
of
that
you
was
possess
too
and
funny,
you singing? Oh no." That you know
that
that's something else I gotta go back and watch, man. I have not watched like Looney Tunes in a long time, and especially Wile E. Coyote. I've not watched that stuff in a minute. I gotta go back and watch some of those.
It's hard to. It's like it's weird.
It's hard to find them.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to find them, and I know that. Like if you have HBO Max, they have some of the Looney Tunes stuff, but it's more of the new stuff. And I'm just like,
Yeah, I don't know if we could really find like the older ones, stuff to like get order Cartoon Network Boomerang or something. And I'm not doing that because I don't have cable and I'm not trying to get cable. So
There's the Roku TV, because I have one of those TVs for the girls.
Okay.
They have all these apps on there, and they actually have apps for like Boomerang and all those.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I might
Yeah, I
have
got the
that.
Roku too. Yeah,
Is that like a monthly cost or just the device?
Roku is a device, or you can get a TV like it. It's
Okay.
pretty much like the Amazon Fire Stick.
I wonder
pretty
if the Apple TV has some. I have Apple TV, so maybe it's an app on there that has that too. Then I can just get it off there.
Possibly. You can
I have to
always
look.
check
Yeah, I
it.
might have to look and see.
Possibly.
Yeah,
But
I
that,
didn't
that's
check.
kind of the purpose of the actual Roku TV is to have all these different apps to give you access to.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you're looking for a TV, they're relatively cheap.
They are. I got a 5-inch for like $340, $350.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't too.
Like I bought a 32 inch for $100 and something bucks, like $119.
You mean like an actual TV?
Yeah, Roku TV. Yeah.
Oh, Roku TV. Okay, I thought like
But it built in and everything.
Oh,
it
with it built in.
was like $109. They get different brands for it, but it was like $109 at Walmart for a 32 inch.
I'm about to say, can I just get it in separate devices? I want to get another TV.
Yeah, if you get the you can get the streaming devices. They got the Roku streaming devices. It's kind of like the Fire Stick. But they're like the better one to get is I gotta remember what is it called. Because there's one that's like $29 that's really cheap for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Streaming device, but I would not recommend it. If you're going to get one, I would go up to the one that's like $39. It's really small.
Okay.
I'll have to send it in the chat to you which one I got. But
The
only reason why I say that is because the connection, the Wi-Fi connection is much better. And you don't lose. It doesn't buffer a lot. Like if you get the real cheap one, you're pretty much buying. You're paying what you're.
Yeah.
You pay for
So
cheap.
doesn't it have an Ethernet option? It's only Wi-Fi. Actually, if it's a small device like that, it probably doesn't. So that's which is fine.
Probably not.
I know that the real
HDMI connection. It's
an HDMI connection.
Okay,
I know I think the real cheap one does. Well, you can get one that does have the Ethernet connection. So you can get one to where you can plug an Ethernet cord to it. But yeah.
Well, I'm going to check on the Apple TV's app store to see what they have first before I do any other device buying. 'Cause I already got enough devices in this damn house. But then if that doesn't pan out, then I might look into Roku. So yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, they work pretty good. And I just recommend it. If you do get the streaming device, definitely don't get the cheapest one because you'll be pissed off more.
Right. You're sitting there watching buffering.
Yes, literally.
Oh God, yeah, no, I can't do that, man. That drives me insane. I had that when I was on CenturyLink when I first got on there, when I first moved to this complex. I couldn't watch anything. Everything came with like 144p. I'm like, these people.
Oh wow,
it was terrible. Before I hear now, CenturyLink is a lot better, but I'm not going back to them at this point. So it is what it is. So I think that's it. Are we good? I think that's everything we've discussed.
I think we're good.
We got over 2 hours, which again, I never planned that, but whatever.
I don't really have anything else I'm looking forward to right now anyway. So I'm gonna just be checking out E3 and see what pops up there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at too. I'm gonna see what's going to happen at E3 and I'll probably get a chance
I can't go out into this town. Oh my bad. I'm fantasy starring right now.
I figured as much. Yeah, like I said, I haven't got on Fantasy Star only because like I got so much stuff already planned. If I jump on there, I'll probably get absorbed and I won't get any work done. So I'm like, all right, let me not do that right now. Maybe down the line, when I get some more stuff done, I'll jump on there, and maybe not. I don't know. But when I played Fantasy Star online back when I wasn't even online, I was just playing on the GameCube by myself, and I put hundreds of hours in that game by myself, not doing anything else during the day, just playing by myself. No, I can't do that right now.
I mean,
I had one other person I played that with on GameCube, and we maxed our characters like level 99. We was constantly using the materials to boost our other stats. And
it gets ridiculous, man. It gets ridiculous. Oh man. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it the end then. Thank you everybody for listening. Much appreciated. Like, comment, subscribe if you are watching on the YouTube, which is the only place to watch it right now. Again, I am going to try and get this on other places, but that is a thing I'll have to subscribe to, which costs money. So for now, still on YouTube. But yeah, hopefully I can spread it out more and we can get some more people involved. Yeah, be kind of cool.
Yeah, we good. We good. Yeah.
Cool with it. Then we are out of here. I'm about to go. I need to eat. So that's what I'm doing right now. So yeah. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Again, thanks for rocking with us.
Man,
and,
what y'all eating podcast?
that's coming. That's next. That's next right there. The MWYE. Man, what y'all eating podcast? I need to eat less, my fella. Anyway. All right, y'all. We out. Have a good one.
Peace.
All right, peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Carrying Goku throughout the Dragon Ball story. You know what I'm saying? Ader, all those guys. You know what I'm saying? Without the emotion from these characters, Dragon Ball probably would have been whack. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. And the fights were more intriguing because they're goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna beat you with like, hey, I'm Krillin, I don't have a nose. And I fought Bacterium. And it's like, oh my god, Krillin, you don't have a nose. Oh yeah, that's right. Whack. And so he's hitting with a white haymaker and he's like out of the ring, you know what I'm saying? Or like seeing like Yamcha uses Wolf Fang Fist, you're like in a match, you're like, yeah, that's dope, you know. Yamcha and Tien have more like growth because they're like true rivals, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
It was like, you know, and Yamcha was like, man, I got beat the first time, I ain't having this the second time, got his leg broken. Then it become pretty cool buds after he got his leg snapped.
See, that's one thing I think Dragon Ball actually has over Z is like the fact that most of those characters, of course, you know, during their era, it wasn't all about power-ups and ki blasts and all this stuff. It actually took martial arts skills to actually do something. That's one thing I think Dragon Ball had when their writing was more story-based. Like Goku had to go through these obstacles to learn how to be better or a stronger fighter, and then in every tournament he wasn't whooping everybody's ass in every tournament. Like if you look at Z, it's kind of like, okay, the enemies gotta be fucking galactic level to even really touch Goku, you know what I'm saying? The only real, I mean, he always comes against these enemies that are like Frieza really was his first. Well, Vegeta was really one of the first that he had.
Vegeta put like, you can tell that it was still kind of feeling like they were still kind of in that Dragon Ball era with Vegeta and Frieza. Yeah, like the up until like the Frieza battle, you could tell it was still there because even with the animation style was still kind of the same, and just the idea that he wasn't this invincible character. Like he obviously with the mooks it was fine. So it's like, oh yeah, the Ginyu squad, he can fuck them up aside from Ginyu who tricked them. But like, yeah, once you got to like the Cell Saga, and then you got on from there, it was kind of like, and then you got to the Buu Saga, and it's like, all right, man, this is the Goku Save Us show now. That's all it is. Like, cause if it ain't nothing else, everybody like Goku Save Us. Like nobody else.
Yeah, I don't like that
pretty much. And I hate what they did with. I hate my favorite character. I hate what they did with him.
Gohan.
He became irrelevant. No, Piccolo. He became irrelevant so long ago. After the Cell Saga, Piccolo was dead. His character was fucking dead after that. After he merged with Kami, it was like, well, that's a wrap.
Look at this way. It took them almost 20, maybe 30 years, like 20 years later, in a whole new series with the Tournament of Power to make Piccolo even look slightly relevant again.
And that's fucking
slightly relevant. Like he still was like in that too.
Gohan too. He got beat by Discount Frieza.
Discount Frieza. was in Dollar General freezer.
Yeah, pretty much. You just see him on the shelf for $1. It's like, wow, I got this. Oh wow, I got freezer. It's like, that's freezer like.
That's the freezer. That's the one when you ask your mom like
freezer, no sugar in them.
That's the one you ask your mom for. You be like, hey mom,
like freezer, dog.
Hey mom, can we get freezer? We got freezer at home.
It's like oh, it's freezer on the shelf. It's like your store your real sugar. It's like, oh yeah, I need me some freezer, some real sugar here. And then you're like, but this is sweet and low. It's like artificial flavor.
God.
It almost tastes like sugar, but
diet light freezer.
Diet light, damn. Not just light, diet light. No sugar and no flavor.
Freezer, dog. He was like
what was his name? His name was like, it wasn't Cooler. It was like,
no, it was Frost.
Oh my God. Yeah, he
was straight to like a mecha freezer, dog. Like he's sitting there smacking Piccolo. Like, come on, and Goku even sat there and said, "Well, try your best, Piccolo." You know, like he had no faith in him. And he said, "Well, thanks for the fake Goku. Jeez, man." He'll walk out there and get waxed. He's like, "Yeah, hold him up as long as you can, so I can just heal up and charge up." He's like, "Yeah." You know, I went up there, did all these new techniques.
Well, X, your mic is kind of fading in and out. I don't know if
it's going out. Okay, it is. Okay. So hold on a second. Switch up.
Your mic couldn't handle the Dragon Ball talk. He was like, yo, he's actually doing facts.
The Dragon Ball is power.
Actually, speaking of like fake stuff,
Icon back.
Oh, what's up, Dre? What's going on?
This nigga just the most background character ever and just pop up out of nowhere like.
Right. I saw his name. I'm like, yeah, okay.
I seen him pop in, but I was like, Dre ain't said nothing yet. And he's just like,
all right.
Whoa, say something again.
All that time, all I gotta say, PyCon.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
I'm trying to take the situation because I have two headphones and I have my discount ones on right now, and I'm trying to see. I'm trying to figure out why my other headset is acting up.
You sound fine. You sound good now. You sound like I can hear you. You're not fighting away.
Yeah.
I know. I know when I was playing a game the other day, they're telling me it sounded like I was in the next room. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't sound like right there.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. Like the one you got now doesn't sound like you're in the same. It kind of sounds like you're a little bit far, but it's clear. You still can hear you.
We still can hear you.
The other one was you was fading in and out.
You was like, I'm telling you right now. It's like you're driving around in like a circle.
Watching that some shit.
Another left turn.
I'm about to find the
NASCAR podcast.
Making a left turn. Oh my God!
I can't believe it. A left.
Find the adapter. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right.
I was gonna say, man. Speaking of Dragon Ball, by the way, I've been recording. So I was gonna do a test recording anyway, but I'm recording. I'll do an official intro in a minute. Once he gets back, we make sure we're good. But so you know what Nindroids are, or I think is it Nindroids or Nindoroids? I think it's Nindroids. I can't remember what it's called. These little like chibi toys.
Nindoroids, yeah.
Nindoroids, yeah. Okay, I couldn't remember. Nindoroids, yeah. So there's one for Pokemon for Cynthia and Garchomp that came out limited release way back like 6-7 years ago, and I called myself like trying to find one on Amazon or eBay that I could buy, and I was like, yo, I found a bunch of them. I'm like, yo, this is actually pretty cheap. And so yeah, I ordered it and everything. I was waiting to say it'd be here like a month. It was gonna be here like in May. I'm like, damn, it's from overseas or whatever. All right, cool. And then it came, and I'm like, I was all geeked, and I opened it up, and I'm like, these parts don't fit together quite right. What's going on? And then I looked, and me being me, at the time that I ordered, I don't know why I didn't think about it, but I was like, I don't think these are actually from Good Smile, which is the company that does all the actual ones, is Good Smile.
Right.
And so I looked, and I'm like, I think this is bootleg as shit. I go online, I look at the one I ordered, and sure enough, it's from some company I never heard of before, and none of the pieces work right. Matter of fact, so for people that watch this podcast later on, I'm going to record this just so you can see. I have the actual drawing. I'm going to put it up on camera. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
All right.
amazing.
You got one of them companies that work on Wish.
You wish you had the real pieces, didn't you? Right. Oh man.
Now you wish you would have paid full price for the other one, don't you?
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't trust Wish with a 10-foot pole, bro. It's like you guaranteed to buy some broke shit. I bet you wish you would have thought about it again, huh? You wish you would have read the reviews, didn't you? Matter of fact, you wish we had reviews. Oh shit!
Hold up, I got it. Yeah, it's. I mean, you guys will be able to see it because I'm, like I said, I had a sharing on what's the name, whatever. But you'll see it later on in the podcast. But like, yeah, like it can't even stand upright because if you look at it, the legs are actually incorrect. But anybody sees this on the cast later, the light is kind of blowing us out, so you can't really see it that well. And then the guard chomp can't even stand up that well either. It's not like actually for an imitation, it's not terrible. It's not the worst imitation I've ever seen, but you can definitely tell it's not official. Especially if you try to put it on the actual stand because the stand doesn't work for it. I'm just gonna leave these. I might put these up some kind of way and put them up somewhere. Just because
I actually got a Gohan from Wish like that. Like the Gohan model itself is actually really fucking dope, but yeah, his stand doesn't work too well.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you can tell. That's how you know. That's how you know for sure. It's like bootleg's like, oh, the stand doesn't work. Yep, okay. It's not. It's like, oh, oops. I was like, wait, this stand is dumb. Like, this stand even like it's like the right type for this figure, and sure enough, it's not. So, thankfully, it was only like $20-something, and I'm like, to try and dispute that and turn it back in or whatever to some foreign company, I probably won't get my return. It's like whatever. I just lesson learned. And then like looking at the actual figures for the Good Smiles Cynthia one because it's limited edition. It's actually like I think like $140 right now. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm all right.
Different what you call it? Different tax bracket on that one.
Right. I'm like, oh, it costs how much? Nah. Like I'm good. Actually, I think the one I bought was like 30. I was like 30 or 40, which it should have tipped me off right there because like something that rare shouldn't cost that little. But you know, I wasn't thinking. I'm like, oh yeah, I found it. I didn't realize how rare it was. And then I looked up and he was like, yeah, man, bro, these are fake. I'm like, oh. So yeah, man, but yeah. So many of them. All right, so are we all here? We all good?
X ain't came back yet.
Oh, okay, I wait. Yeah, you back? Okay.
Oh, he's there. Never mind.
Okay, I think we're.
Hey, X, you ever been in just off topic real quick? You ever been in the mall? They got the new game place inside the mall. I can't think of the name of it. But it's another game, but they sell like nothing. Man, I went in there one time. They sell nothing but like retro games. I mean, they got current games, but like retro shit. It has so much stuff. I was like, wow, like old Sega games, Nintendo games, like old damn toys that you probably never seen before, like in a long time. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
The mall's become a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, it really is. It's like nobody really there.
Bro, I've been in the mall like, jeez, man.
But that's weird because like the mall out by my job or whatever, as soon as they had like, even light restrictions, it was full again. I'm like, yo, we still in the pandemic, dog.
Yeah, the Killeen Mall's been dead before the pandemic.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, that sound like Northland Mall back in Michigan before it closed down. It was like this definitely get closed down soon. This is so dead.
I don't think it'll ever get closed down, but it's definitely not it's not as popular as it used to be.
Most of the malls I knew of back near Detroit are all closed down. I think because I'm pretty sure Eastland was closed, Northland is closed. Till 12 became an outdoor mall a long time ago, and I think the only mall I know of that's still around is probably like is that not Great Lakes? What's that mall? Shit, I forget. It's one mall out by like Auburn Hills in Michigan, and then it's like another one in way out in Novi. But like all the other malls I've been seeing just get closed down left and right. Northland, the one that hurt me because Northland was like the one that was closest to me that I always went to do stuff. I mean, I was never like a hang at the mall guy anyway, but when I would go to the mall, like that'd be the one I would go to. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of a piece of history that's gone. This is closed completely. So this is weird. But then out here you got, Metro Center and
Yeah, Metro, Getro,
Ghetto Central, and
yeah, Getro Mall.
and then you got Chandler, and then you got Fashion Square out there in Scottsdale, which is like rich folk mall. That's where I used to work at. And a bunch of malls out here. I like that though. It's kind of cool. All right, we can get started since we all here. So I'll make the official intro. That stuff, a lot of stuff gonna get put in here too, because I'm gonna just cut around it. So whatever.
Actually, let me try something real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me try something quick.
I'm definitely gonna do. I'm definitely doing a fire red randomizer. I gotta see what I can do. See how that make it really interesting. Because I've seen some people do like randomizers where you can get any Pokemon at any time. So you can go in the grass and like run into either run into like an Oddish or run into a fucking Latios at the beginning of the game.
Damn.
It randomizes everything. Keep in mind, if you do that, all you have is like 5 Pokeballs in like a Pokemon level 5. You're not going to win. So and you can't run. You're just gonna die. So it's gonna be really interesting if I do a randomizer that way. Like that'd be kind of fun. Be a blast to just do it to see what happens. Like if I do that, I will make it a type thing out to see if I can just get through the damn game and to see what happens. Run through the grass like
randomized Spiritomb. Oh fuck.
Oh god. Right. No, that's more like randomized Mewtwo. Like
yeah, that's over with.
Well,
yeah.
It's been a fun time. Yeah, we got
nice good feint.
Right, exactly. So I'm going to try it out and see what it's like. I want to do it on a more modern game, but I don't know if I'm not trying to do it on like a DS game or nothing like that. This is too much. I want to do it on an old school game. So I just contradicted myself.
Oh, it's the Rayquaza.
Yeah, like that. Actually, that's one of what I saw. It's a certain YouTube that no longer is around, but like, so I don't want to mention their name because they're no longer around for good reason. But yeah, like their second battle ran into a fucking Rayquaza, and they were like, huh, and they were doing a Nuzlocke. So they had to catch it, or they had to like run or whatever. They couldn't. They just died. They got ate up. I'm like, well.
Yeah, pretty much. Level 5 against a Rayquaza.
Yeah, not a good deal. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty much you bet your dollar against.
I'm shaking the desk. I'm over here tapping the desk. I'm like, oh, why is my camera shaking? I forgot it's like very sensitive. All right, so we all good? Nobody responded. I like that.
Mic check.
1 2 1 2.
You sound good.
Sound good.
Yeah.
Oh, don't tell me my other adapter for this headset.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what?
I have this HyperX headset, and I'm testing out this digital USB adapter. And just let me know if it faded. I gotta use this like audio jack one. I don't have like a mute button or anything. I don't think. On this is a straight cord into it.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
I'm trying to see if it's this HyperX adapter or not. If it is, I'm gonna have to get a new one.
I mean, so far you sound okay. It's a little fadey, but it sounds fine.
Like how fadey? Like, am I another room fading, or am I going?
No, you sound like you're close. You sound like you're here. I mean, you don't sound like you're like in another room. Is when you stop talking, it kind of fades out. But like, it's real.
It does fade out.
Just when you stop talking, it like when you get close to the end of your sentence, it kind of fades out a little bit. But that might just be my ears too. I think you're fine. Whoa, that got loud for a second.
Yeah, you got loud for a whole second just then.
You're like, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm messing with settings.
Oh, okay.
All right, but am I real loud when I switch it, or?
Nah.
So is this better?
Well, that's louder.
Yeah, that's much louder.
Let me know if it starts fading out.
Okay, like you sound all right right now. You sound okay. That's actually really pretty good. So that sounds pretty solid. I think for sound balance, I might have to turn this down a little bit. My sound always comes out quieter than I expect.
Turn my headphones up.
Turn them shits up. How?
Turn them up. Put some treble in it. Right. Put some treble in it. That's my word.
That's my word. That's my word. Huh? I can't hear nothing. Turn them shits up.
Turn them shits up.
Turn my headphones up.
Nah, man, I tell you, turn up the beat because I'm trying to write.
I like how I got everybody to go on that skit like praise me. He's like, yeah, man, this dude's a genius in the studio. Oh man, all right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go.